It's you.
It is. Getting it out before the stream starts.
I was coughing a bunch at work today. Like when I was left for vacation before the holidays, I was coughing at work a bunch, and that cough has still lingered.
Yeah, I've
Been about a month.
I hope my cough doesn't last so long, but I've had a cough since the flu.
It's nowhere near as
Trying
bad.
to get
Like I can, for a while, if I was breathing, I could always feel like I needed a cough. Now I feel fine. It's just every now and then it just catches me off guard, which I'm fine then.
I was coughing quite a bit today, but it's just a cough that's like lingering from the actual being sick.
The forever cough.
Oh, no.
You
That'd
cough
be
forever.
sad.
Well, if you just could say that from here on out, I'm never coughing again.
Well, there's other issues that make me cough in general, so. Hello, Biden.
Did somebody tell you to turn your head?
Yes. And they never let go. That's why I don't need a girlfriend.
Okay. Scratch, Matt, and Biden. Hello, hello.
Welcome. Big jerk. There's so many big jerk.
I thought you just had a moment in your head where you're just like, big
Derp.
derp,
Thinking about the biggest nervous.
biggest derpus.
Yeah. I got excited yesterday during the Fallout London stream. I don't know if you were watching. I went to a
I went like when I was going to bed, I popped in for like a couple seconds and I saw that your head was like half cut off in your camera.
yeah, nobody told me, including you.
You can see it.
I can, but I'm not always paying attention.
I have to.
No, I came across a giant Pinkie Pie inside of one of the stores.
Oh, I heard something about smooches.
I was making some of the towards the end. I guess I found a Fluttershy and a Rainbow Dash next to each other on a basketball court. So I made them started beating the Fluttershy against the Rainbow Dash and going smooch. Because that's how my streams play out.
I saw that you got
quality entertainment.
How did you get socks on Pip?
I modded those.
Like that was the original model?
No, you can take them off. I made it so that you can put them on and take them off. She's got a few accessories I modded into her.
You can accessorize the Pip.
Yeah. I can give her goggles or a cowgirl hat.
See, those are maybe okay, but the socks with
No,
lube.
the socks are not lewd. They
It's
keep her
lewd.
ooze warm. The ground is
They're-
dirty.
They have giant nails on their feet.
Not good horses.
Not good
You
horses.
wouldn't put nails in like happy horse feet.
Only stallion.
Yeah, you can stick all the nails in their feet. It's fine. Like, there's no reason for ponies in the My Little Pony world to put nails in their feet. They will willingly keep shoes on their feet if you like strap them on.
No.
No.
No. There we go. Oh. I wonder if I backed out all the way on the camera there. I'm gonna double check. There's hello. It's Michael. And his sidekick Argo.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, I'm not backed out all the way.
He's the one who animates. I'm the one who makes demands. And I'm like director over here.
Yeah, that's easier.
So you have to make every single one of the ponies on this screen right now smooch.
Every one of
Hop,
them.
hop. Yes, all of them. Yes, and that one. No, not that one. Yes, that one. Look at the fish bone. What is that? Oh, that's the cheese bone.
You said every single pony on the
No,
screen.
I don't.
So now there's going to be so many
Alright,
more ponies
well-
from all the smooching.
Put the skeleton
What
and the two
about-
stallions together. No, don't smooch that.
They're going to smooch the butt.
That one's dead. Pretty sure. Skeleton's
The whole
fine.
cart is dead.
No!
They're going to get ground up into
There's-
beef.
No, they're gonna go get tacos at the taco bucket. It's a field trip.
Like, there's just not enough room in the cart, so they just all knocked him out with the frying pan.
Right. It's a. Have you ever been on a trip and wish you could just get knocked out so that when you wake up when you get there? It's a service that Trixie provides.
Just edit the audio, so every time they say dead, just replace it with the word cuties. Bring out your cuties.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm not cute. Like, she's definitely cute. I'm not cute.
It's adorable. Just Rainbow Dash in a nutshell. I did see, like, in our spoiler chat, Giz posted a whole, like, another 5-minute clip from an episode that didn't get released. Crazy how hard they killed these characters. Like, I was trying today to think of another show that got axed as hard as G5 My Little Pony did, where there's just tons of content floating around from a rapid, abruptly canceled show, and I couldn't think of one. Chat, if you can think of something that got canceled so hard that, well, you know what? Some WB stuff got it pretty bad. There was an entire
Firefly?
Well, no, did they have any content for like season 2 of Firefly finished? I don't think
Oh,
they did.
I don't know.
Like the Wile E. Coyote movie would count, where they finished the whole freaking thing and then just canceled it at the finish line.
That was, at least, I mean, in a way, it's not as bad as doing it halfway.
Yeah.
You gave people something. It's like for the Wile E. Coyote, if it was a 2-part movie,
Yeah.
and they finished the second part and then canceled it.
Yeah.
Where at least we didn't see it at all, and to where you're not missing out because you didn't have anything beforehand. Yeah, getting it mid-season, like on a cliffhanger. I think I've seen that happen though. There has been TV series where they ended a season on a cliffhanger, a big cliffhanger, and then they just canceled it for the next season.
Yeah.
Which is horrible.
There's been a few shows that have canceled it for the next season, but Ponykins canceled mid-season. That's what's about that.
Well, anything on a cliffhanger just sucks too, though. It's about the same as you're expecting more.
Like, there was a whole new villain with that was a cat thing that they were going to make this huge fleshed out story for, and you got bits and pieces of it, and then it was just nothing. I can't even remember. Aurora was her name. That's what it was.
It's barely doing anything. It's just that little bit right there. Okay, so that's the tops of the houses. And that's the front. So without any lights, that is
Dark.
Ponyville. Okay.
Awfully dark.
Well, I want to relight it. Okay, so I see how it works. That's what I did. This is the main light. And then this is but not that one. Yeah, that one. This is just the filler at the front. So try to even it out.
I mean, I guess Biden, but I don't pay him money. I just pay him rice and beans. So he works for rice and beans. If you give him enough rice and beans, he will animate anything you want. That's a Ghost fact. That's a free one. Ghosts tell me these things. So.
Clouds, I'm gonna pull out for now.
I'm just gonna be out on the street with a sign that says, "We'll animate ponies for food."
Yes, I'm that desperate for food.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, this isn't a bad sky.
You had to eat leftovers today. Tragic.
I'm not hungry. I've been hungry for a while.
Yeah.
I had a big lunch though, and like even on my way home, I picked up some stuff, and I'm just like, I'm still full. Like it was 5 hours later, and I just like, eh.
I couldn't sleep again last night.
Well, stop with the frostpunk.
Oh, no, I was in bed. I just couldn't fall asleep.
That's me every night. Last night, I think. Yeah, last night, I did like the normal routine to try to make myself go to sleep better, but it takes a while. Like I have to take a nice hot shower, then I have to go and read a book, and so it's like I have to go to bed with enough time, and so I got to bed later because of that, but I fell asleep pretty decent.
I guess I did drink a soda at the start of the stream, but that was still like 8 o'clock. It's not super late for a soda, I don't think. But I am noticing caffeine has more of an effect on me than it used to.
It's caffeine always has an effect on you.
But it has more of an effect now that I'm older, I think.
No, it's just the more you have, you're just tolerant to it. If you don't have it at all, you'll go to sleep great because you'll just be
I
tired.
used to not be able to go to sleep until I had caffeine. So I would get headaches because I was so addicted. It can always be worse.
If I do that, this sky kind of makes it look dusty.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Kind of an early morning sky, which I think that's fits.
I had to play with the lighting, but it's like I was playing with the lights and I'm like, I don't know how to make it look like daytime, but it's because I need to, sometimes you need to change something else so that all the things cascade, and in here, a little bigger. And the sky just wasn't fitting for what I wanted. And I also think the sky is not bright enough. But this might have, no, I don't think I have, where I can shine a light at it.
Oh, sunset.
No, I don't. Hello, Raven1845. Thank you for the follow.
Oh,
Twilight doing a dance for you.
One of the horse leaks that came out today showed sea ponies. I'm going to do a whole little thing with sea ponies. That would have been exciting.
Oh my god, there's so many waves.
Yes, look at those little horses.
What is it with horses and doing things that are like almost like Twitch, like to where they're on cocaine or something?
It's just spastic little horses. Everybody loves it.
It's just cocaine horses.
No, you want your ponies when they're like scared or excited to just like bounce off walls, because they're all little balls of energy.
What color are these? Because they're not the same as these ones. They are not. They're thicker too. We are working on a Bring Out Your Dead short from Monty Python. It's basically done. We're just why all the
No.
something seems off. No, we're just doing the last little bits to get some of the, I need to get the lighting figured out here so that I can modify the lighting and all the other shots. I only have one shot in this one because there's a lot of horses on here and to fill the scene, and that is going to eat up RAM. So while I still have to add a few more horses, if I do that first, then the lighting, then I'm going to be at max RAM and it's only going to be open for a little bit before it crashes. Where if I do it this way, do the lighting first and then add the horses, I'll be easier time. So yeah, I don't think I got the lighting correct on this one. This fog up here is supposed to be like brown
fog.
Yeah,
fog. The air's full of farts. It's that one game all over again.
Yeah, I see it. It's 0.29. Yeah, so that's red or green. Yeah, that should be brown. But when I looked at the other ones, it looked. Let me check that. Nope, that's not the one I want.
So I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Now that we're in a new year, what was your favorite game of 2024?
Alex asked me that too.
Did he?
If I remember right, actually, do I still have access to it?
I know what mine is, but I want to hear yours first.
Where's my year in review?
Well, like the
Do you
game you
still
played the
have
most might
access to
not
that?
necessarily be. I don't know.
No, but it gives me my full list of things I did play.
Oh.
Actually,
I know what mine is by far without even looking.
recently played. Oh, that's recent. Yeah, that's too recent. Because like I was having fun with Turtles in Time. It's a fun game, but it definitely feels like I can't just like sit and play a ton of it because it's a lot of samey stuff, but it's a good samey. Yeah, this isn't going back far enough. Why can I not see my like year in review
I don't even
anymore?
know how to do with that.
Do I have to like go into like the edit thing to like add it here?
Maybe.
Featured showcase. There we go. Which one of these don't I care about? Oh, I still have extras. I thought they had like
Awards showcase level 2.
no, I thought they had like the year in review. Unless they got rid of that.
Maybe.
Maybe they did.
Maybe nobody cared.
No, I don't know. Stray. See, that's the thing is I don't know if that was this year.
Well, did you play it this year? That's all that matters.
I wouldn't call it game of the year for me, but
I know mine is.
no, Stray wasn't this year. We actually the beginning of this year is when we were still playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Oh, in the
feel like
entry
it was
center,
that
like
long ago.
wow, it feels like some of these. Oh, Pacific Drive. I really liked that game.
That's mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there.
I was gonna wait, but when you said Pacific Drive, I was like, yeah, that was my game this year of the year.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to put game of the year, but it definitely is like in the top 3.
It's my game of the year for sure because it was unique. It felt good.
It was an indie game that came out and just worked. It was different, but it was a roguelike car driving game.
Yeah.
Which was like weird concept, but they did it right. The whole car having like the weird wonky brake things was funny.
Yeah.
It felt funny, but also like I would call it horror.
A 19.
It was I don't know what I want to call it.
Driving around
did you find
in
it?
a 1970s, 1960s station wagon. I don't know. It has a weird comfort
Yeah,
to
it does. You find it?
It's almost.
Oh, you
like
found yours. Okay, so
a hug was a car.
so you can get to it. So now I gotta log in.
Like, the world was crazy, but the car was like this thing that was also a little out of place for the time, but was still familiar. And like, I think
through here.
anybody who has slept in a rainstorm in their car knows the kind of.
I found it. Okay, cool. Thanks, Matt.
For the car can give you.
Okay, so what did I play this year? Oh,
Satisfactory a lot.
Satisfactory did come out this year, and while it's hard to say that it was the game of the year, I mean, for me, I wish I could have played that more. It was nothing but Satisfactory for like a month and a half. I did basically everything I cared about in the game. I got every achievement.
I'm currently on my 4th playthrough of the game.
I was gonna say maybe Against the Storm, but I kind of did start that in December. I kind of got back to playing it a bit.
I mean, if you were still playing it in 2024.
It's so good. And I just got a free copy of it, actually. It was in the game Humble Bundle gave for free.
Yeah.
So I got a free
I
copy.
gotta finish Armored Core. You bought that.
V Rising was fun, but that's a game but that's better with friends. I very much enjoyed it though. I think, oh God, how many hours did I put into it? I don't remember, but it was really fun. I don't know. No. And it's not telling me any others. There's got to be something to give me like
Dave the Diver.
Oh, Dave the Diver was really good. I don't know if I can pick like my favorite because like I played Dave the Diver and 100% of it because it was an amazing game. I played all of Dredge and I love Dredge. Dredge was a lot of fun. This was a game.
Yeah, you mentioned as you were playing it that it was a game.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I don't know if I had like a game that I can say is just on its own game of the year.
For me,
here's the
hands down. It's specific.
Here's the every game. Baldur's Gate we did go into this year for. Oh, I played Cobalt Core.
You didn't play it that much though.
Cobalt Core? It wasn't a super long game, but for what it was great.
Yeah.
One of the songs that's in there, I can't remember what it's called now, but I just listened to it a repeat at work.
Yeah.
It's so good. I did play a lot of RoboQuest. RoboQuest was really good, but I don't know. That's not a 2024 game. I just started playing it this year. Chorus was okay. Starcrawlers I really wanted to play more of, but it just couldn't get into it. Then we had Pacific Drive. I might have to say Pacific Drive.
Yeah.
Terra Memoria. Excellent JRPG game, but it felt a little hollow. It was good. The combat was fun. The characters were kind of interesting. It just didn't feel like there was much to it. It kind of was nice to have a game that was just like, you play it, you're done, and then you're good. But I think I 100%ed it, and I beat like 12% of 1 month to beat a JRPG.
Yeah.
I played Pacific Drive just as much, so that says something.
Yeah, Pacific Drive wasn't a crazy long game, but it wasn't so short it was disappointing. It left me wanting more.
Shredder's Revenge. That was when we were playing that. It's not much, but we beat the game just in one go.
Pacific Drive left me wanting more, but I'm not sure what. That's the thing. My Little Pony. Zephyr Heights.
Inkbound was an interesting game until I noticed it was like live service with season content on a paid game. I kind of lost interest on it.
Didn't even give My Little Pony.
I need to play more Sins of the Solar Empire as well.
I think you would have enjoyed Disco Elysium more if I wasn't.
Maybe. I still enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I need to finish Tactical Breach Witches too. Yeah, it's going to be a throw up to me between. I just want to see the last ones here. Yeah, there's nothing else. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a throw in the air between like Satisfactory and Pacific Drive, but
yeah,
I'd probably have to give it to Pacific Drive because Satisfactory was really good, but it wasn't something that was unique to that year to me. I still played it many other years, where Pacific Drive I played it because I thought it would be a fun stream game, and then it ended up being really good.
Yeah, it was surprising.
It was surprising, yeah.
And I feel like it's fallen under the radar for a lot of people. But
Yeah.
you have to have a PC or a Steam Deck to play it. So if you have a console, I don't know that it's on a console. So
Yeah, I don't think so.
it just got a big update in November, apparently.
Yeah, it did. I'm really curious. Like, that felt like a game that was already a complete good package. But I feel like where all the upgrades that you have and stuff, there could have been, they could have had more. And I feel like I hope they do a number 2.
They left the story open with the one guy kind of taking the reins.
Well, just anything. It doesn't have to be the same group, just the same concept.
I would like him to still be there with other new people, but him actually being the connecting element. And maybe you could still be the same driver. Or you could be somebody else new pulled into the world. I don't know. But I like having some connecting element. And there was one, if I don't spoil, there's one guy who would kind of fit that role. I wanted to see Bigfoot so bad.
I don't think that if that game had any creatures moving, the whole game's concept would be destroyed.
Oh,
I
no,
like that.
He's in it.
Oh yeah, but he's not a threat.
No.
So no, it's
You can see
the whole point is driving. So if there was any threats that was to you as a walking creature, that would pull away from the driving aspect of the game.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they didn't. The only things that did move were more of obstacles because they could pop into existence when you weren't looking, but they were still stationary. So no, they did a really good job, and they probably talked about adding stuff like that, and just said no.
They had stuff floating around that could kind of mess
Yeah,
with
but
you.
they all seemed like unnatural and weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a four-legged creature running at you.
They were obstacles. They weren't actively hostile.
Yeah. Something like that.
They were it was forces of nature, not. Yeah. A bizarre nature.
All right, so this light, well, not that light, this one, is definitely coming more from behind, but these clouds imply not. So yes, I like the idea, like you said, morning. Morning kind of feels good.
It makes sense, and it kind of matches the movie too.
And then, but the main thing is orange. I wanted to make sure that still things looked jury and orange, mainly because that leads to brown, and morning gives you that. So maybe not like sun just it broke the horizon or something, but like 2 hours after morning, where you still get a little bit of a harsh sun coming in. Because I mean, this sun right here, actually, this is probably a little late morning for the sun hitting there, because that's that sun.
It's fine. It's still like 10. You want a ghost fact, Nolan? Nolan, I just learned this recently. It's a sad fact about ghosts, but ghosts at this point, because of everything going on, are now made up of 15% microplastics. Yeah, it's not good for their health, but that's
It reminds me of the game John was playing.
What's that?
Where he was like a lobster.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember what the name of that game was. It was a lobster and his shell was taken by a shark.
Yeah.
The loan shark as taxes.
Yeah.
But then like wasn't the currency microplastics or something?
The currency was indeed microplastics, yes.
John plays some fucking weird games.
It looks it's a Dark Souls type game, but it's all crabs and fish and stuff. Those are the kind of games he likes. Because he likes punishment as much as I do, but maybe a little more. I don't know.
I was a little concerned that making that the sun that bright was going to cause some people to be too bright, and she definitely is. But I also knew that was probably going to be the case, so I knew I'd probably have to dumb her down. And I'm going to do that now.
Be nice to that horse.
No, she needs to.
She's taking a nap in the trash.
She needs to behave.
Trash horse. See, that's the kind of girl I could get. One who sleeps in the trash during the middle of the day.
Right, because she's already passed out. You can just drag her home.
She's like, just giving her like a dry place to sleep would make her day. It'd be great.
Dry place? I don't know if that's dry.
Well,
got like
I'm not saying that's just saying
leg.
she's not dry at the moment. That's why having a dry place would just fill her with joy.
So you don't want somebody to love you for being you. You want somebody.
Nobody's gonna love me for being me. Let's be fair.
That's better.
I told you. Love isn't blind, and it can see my pony collection. See, that's why I gotta find one of those brony girls that I hear exist, so they can walk into my room and not immediately go, "Oh."
No, there are people
no.
out there that you actually. No, I don't think you. I don't think it's about that. I think it's. You can find even somebody else with an equivalent passion. Like what if you found somebody that was a Doctor Who fanatic and just was covered everything in Doctor Who stuff.
Gross. Weirdo.
Good luck. No, anybody that has a passion for something can understand a passion.
Yeah.
Yours is a little bit more extreme.
No,
but
I'm not the one animating ponies. Now am I? Call me out. Call you out.
Yeah, and I put one of them in a cage.
Rude.
And I can set her on fire too.
Oh, be nice. Kind to the horse. Unfollow. I love that. You probably think Matt Smith is better than David Tennant. Well, you're wrong.
I love Doctor Who, except I have no idea anything they've done for like 6-7 years. No,
it's not.
It's got to be a decade.
I know. You watched all of Matt Smith. You probably watched the guy after Matt Smith, whose name I forget.
Okay. That was Capaldi.
Yeah. So you watched all of Capaldi.
So he was 2017. So that was 8 years ago. And I watched season 11, but I just didn't like the writing. I could not continue with the writing. I kept up until that point, and then Jodie, not to say Jodie Whittaker, awesome. She's fantastic doctor. She did amazing. But the writing, maybe it got better
I think
in later seasons. I mean, I could say the same thing. Capaldi's writing for him was bad at the beginning.
Yeah.
By the end, it was good, but by then I think that people didn't like him as much, so they moved on to Whitaker.
Capaldi okay. He was better in his later seasons.
Because early on he was trying to be cool, but later on he became the
grandfather,
the professor.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of saw him as, and he fit that well. So the writing fit him. The writing is just as good, or just as important as the actor. And I feel like after Matt Smith left, the writing kind of started going downhill. It didn't work for Capaldi until later, until they just eventually figured out how to write for him. And then when Whitaker took over, I feel like the writing just in general was bad. I couldn't get into it.
I think they're on another Doctor, and I have no idea who it is now.
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
They brought back Tennant back for a while.
They brought back Tennant because the guy they were going to have as the new Doctor was already contractually obligated to do other things. And so it was either find somebody else or we wait for him, but in doing so, we have to have a filler. And Tennant was not a bad idea for a filler.
He was most people's favorite Doctor. It's always between him and Matt Smith. But I think
it's really hard. I
out.
think Matt Smith's probably my favorite.
This is why we can't be friends.
Well, no, it's close though. It's just there was something about he was the old man in a young man's body, and he played that so good. I love Matt Smith. He's definitely my favorite. Then there's whoever that first guy was.
Yeah, the guy who quit because he was afraid of being typecast.
Yeah, and then
and then never got another job.
And then I believe he went on to do sci-fi. So he forced it on himself. I think there was some other stuff too.
He was above it. You don't want to be above it, especially in a fandom that hardcore as the Doctor Who fandom. Because people are just going to resent you for because if you're above it, then you're above them, and your fans aren't going to be very happy with you. You know who, I think I've brought it up before, you know who really resented having taken a role and felt like it typecast him for his whole life? The guy who played the professor on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, that did affect him.
Yeah, because he was getting a bunch of roles before that on like Twilight Zone and stuff. And then
he had to make so much money.
Oh, I'm certain.
But some people, it's not the money. This is my passion. This is what I like doing, and now I can't.
Yeah.
So in that way,
yeah, he was very vocal in his resentment for having taken the role. He said he wished he hadn't done it because he couldn't get any other jobs after Gilligan's Island because he felt he was typecast. He was the professor, and nobody could see him as anything else.
Oh, now I know why I couldn't see it. Was being stupid here.
Is any of the cast from Gilligan's Island still alive? I think the girl who played Mary Ann might be. Kind of reminds you that things that seem like they were forever ago weren't really that long ago.
Well, when something's on television, you sometimes just think that that's the way they are now. If you watch Stargate and you see Richard Dean Anderson and then you see him now.
Yeah.
Very different.
I even think about events like the Second World War. There's not crazy a lot anymore, but there are still people alive who lived during the Second World War and remember it. It's a dwindling number, but they're still around. But in my mind, it's a story from an eon's past, where things happen that could never possibly happen again because it was so long ago, and it wasn't. Not in the grand scheme of things.
Some things are like if you think about it, however long ago it was to the year 2000,
yeah,
is the same to 1975.
Yeah.
So
my mom would be like, I remember 1975. It wasn't that long ago.
Like, I remember back in the 90s when we would listen to the oldies station and it would play 70s music. But now the equivalent is listening to early 2000s.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah, late 90s. Green Day is oldies by the same equivalent.
That hurts.
1987.
Is that when they started?
Yes. We looked it up during New Year's because they were on TV about something.
I think they're still touring.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
they haven't really done anything good in a while.
No,
like anything I would call great.
At a certain point, you rest on your laurels because your brain's not good enough to do anything
Well,
new.
no, it's a little hard to maintain the like rebellious youth look when you're 55, 60 years old.
I still remember, and it feels like it's recently, but it was a while ago when Red Hot Chili Peppers released a new album, and I just thought to myself, what? like,
Tom Baker was the all-time greatest Doctor Who actor. I can't speak to original
the fourth
Doctor Who's original doctors because I don't know them, so I only can speak to the more recent. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the originals would be considered better to some people.
well, the fourth Doctor was kind of the one that made Doctor Who mainstream, where people actually started watching it. Because so few people were watching the original Doctor that some of the episodes just got lost. They don't know they can't find them because nobody cared. Nobody cared until Tom Baker, to my understanding. He's kind of the reason it kept going long after it was reasonable to keep a show like that going. Good old Doctor.
This is the fastest I can move it at this distance. I'm slowly moving downwards.
I remember the reason I say like Pacific Drive's my game of the year because I was at work day wanting my coworker to get a Steam Deck just because I want him to play Pacific Drive. That's the closest thing you can get to a console that'll play it.
Yeah, I still every now and then have inklings where I like want to almost go back and play some more.
If they had new content, I would jump on it in a heartbeat.
There's certain challenges in the game that look like they'd be fun to try to do.
Yeah.
Like complete 3 areas with no panels on your car.
Yeah, but stuff like that, I'd be like, why? Why do that? I want...
Once you get some of the upgrades, though, you can basically be immune to most radiation and stuff. So you're kind of safe.
Well, I want to say first game because I'm hoping for a second one. The first game was more about just learning what the world was, or the game Pacific Drive. I'm hoping there's like later games that try to help to resolve some of the issues. Because you didn't really resolve anything in the game. It was more about trying to figure out what the heck it was. It's just as deadly at the end of the game as it is at the start.
Okay, I don't like it being that low because the shadow casts too much. See it kind of creeping back up or down, I guess. I think going there.
The spice.
Oh, I think I'm going to distance issues there.
Like,
Nope.
it's not a mystery that people just didn't care enough about the first Doctor, because you don't just lose episodes if there's like a huge fan base collecting that crap.
He set the precedence for what the Doctor is.
Yes.
And what every Doctor following is. So he is important.
He is, but people weren't recording his episodes and then holding on to them. If
That
they
was
were,
just
they'd be
more-
worth a lot of money.
That was more of just a product of the time, though.
Yeah, not a whole lot of people had VCRs back then. And the studio just didn't hold on to it because they were like, oh, we can reuse this film. Nobody watches this anyways.
Yeah, it was because you weren't thinking about preservation because there was no method of preservation.
Well, back then the BBC didn't have a ton of money for new films, so they would just reuse old film.
Yeah. You got your money out of it. It was put on television. And also, you don't know, is this show going to explode and be amazing? Or is it going to be a flop?
Yeah.
It's like, are you going to put the effort into every show? Now, data storage is cheap. So
Yeah.
if you don't, you're stupid.
Like, there's a pretty pricey bounties if anybody actually turns up with any of the old episodes, but I don't think it's going to happen at this point. Even if somebody had something, it would be fairly degraded at a certain point. So they have all the scripts that describe what happened in the episodes.
Why does this light seem so
synopsis.
yellow?
Didn't you want yellow? Or you want it more
This is
orange?
no. The light I'm shining is white.
Yeah. It's passing through all the dust. It's very dusty.
It still doesn't look white. It might just be because there's so much yellow on the screen. Like,
Isn't there a certain degree of reflection or no?
okay, now I can see it being white. Okay, it's just, that's it. It's the buildings. Because the light I was shining before was this. It was essentially a blue light. It was literally a blue light. So I'm gonna change that. I can't go too like orange. I want to go a little bit. And filter says sure. That attenuation is nice for the shadow that's right here, but it makes everything else super dark. But that's because the buildings aren't getting. Oh no, the buildings are getting that negative light on it for the dirt, and yeah, that's one I might have to play around with this a little bit because the dirt is a negative light, so this part is really bright and it's blowing out the negative light. You can only see it down here, so I would have to actually go through any parts of the house that have dirt on there, and I might have to do like a part from where it's lit and or lit and not lit. It's gonna be a little messy.
It says the noisiest shirt. Got it for Christmas. You wouldn't know because it looks like all my other shirts.
It looks,
But
yeah, it looks like trying to be fancy.
how is plaid fancy? In what world?
I got my my work jacket today from work. I guess that makes sense. And it's a really nice jacket, but I still laugh because it says on there the company name.
Yeah.
But then they say don't wear anything that has the company name on it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I have so many shirts that have my company name.
I know, but then it's like you give me something and then tell me I can't wear it. I don't get it.
My work has probably given me a dozen shirts that all have the company name on them. And I don't wear any of it. I don't want to be a billboard for my company. I don't wake up every morning thinking about the place I work.
I don't really care for who is on here for it, but I had a there was an incident at oh, this is gonna be an interesting one. On what day was it? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, one of those. I got a text from work.
Yeah.
And it said that apparently there were protesters claiming to be carolers going to workers' houses.
Yeah.
And were then the guy that had that happen, they had pulled up pictures of him from his house they took and information about him and his family.
That's why I don't share.
Oh yeah, and so and he immediately called the police.
Yeah.
And they put out a warning to everybody of like, if you have carolers coming to your house, don't talk with them, just give us a call. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be rough if I want to do the dirty house thing, because as soon as I go under that shadow, you can see it.
Yeah.
Well, for one, why is this?
I'm trying to figure out why you're trying to adjust it at all. Looks good.
It's this line right here.
Oh, you're not gonna see that. Or it's just gonna look natural.
No. And there's a line right there. It's not
Big Derp.
filling it. I'm trying to
Chip will
figure out
fix it.
how to, because the edge height and stuff is just not working. Oh, it's probably distance. No, it's not distance. Michael has so many spicy takes tonight.
Yeah.
He is a spicy man.
Doctor Who. No, I like Doctor Who, but I'm kind of in the same boat as him. I haven't watched since I watched a little bit of the Actor After Capaldi, but not a ton.
Yeah, from what I've seen, she was good.
Yeah.
I did enjoy her, and that's why I'm just kind of sad that I didn't like the writing, because I would have enjoyed it.
I do think one of my favorite episodes of all of Doctor Who was with Matt Smith, and that's the one where the TARDIS becomes a woman. Because that's just a fun episode.
There was so many good episodes with him, though.
But I do think of that episode, and I immediately think of an animation somebody did with Minuet and Doctor Who's. And just from that episode. So my brain is broke.
Why is this not working? This one, right? Yeah. Because this should be, unless this might just not be an overridden light. No, it is. Okay. Because these should... Okay, there it goes. I just had to play with the values a bit more. I thought I already overrode those to ones.
Every once in a while I go online to see if there's been any new news about My Little Pony. And there's not.
What about any new news on 15AI?
I mean, you did get me excited recently because he started talking again.
I think it was good that he came out and said the things he did. So
yeah. There's no news about it. I mean, if I dug through the internet, maybe.
Okay, so there. Now it's not overly dark. I'm still seeing a little bit of dirt, but it's not overly dark up there. What if I go a little bit darker?
I mean, tons of people have commented on that post. I'm sure they're all fighting. I'm not going to look at them.
Well, the thing is, some people are going to be assholes. Always. It's the internet. It's expected. Yeah, that looks a lot better. But is he responding to them being an asshole back? Like,
that's kind of what his MO was for quite a while.
Like when I was watching Expanse, they had the whole thing where a guy does something or horrible, so then in response they do something horrible,
yeah.
And they're like, "Well, what are we doing? Killing civilians down?" Like, well, he did it too, and like, what is he, a fucking role model now?
Yeah.
Like, just because somebody does something horrible doesn't mean that you are now allowed to do horrible things.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the roof.
It's a good line.
Yeah, I love that. Well, that was Avasarala.
Yeah.
If it's not a surprise.
Excellent character.
There was one of the episodes I just watched from her again. It was right after Earth is attacked, the big attack, and she has this part where she's barely holding it together, and she's shaking and trying to do some stuff, but then she has to compose herself to go and do something. And her trying to compose herself, it was so good because it looked 100% authentic. Like, it was so good.
Losing her shit. He posted something on
59. Yeah, it was. I thought it was you that let us know that. It was like a month or two
December
ago.
7th. So exactly a month ago. He basically said, sorry.
He gave an explanation for things, which is good because there was nothing before that. So, you know, it was nice to have some of that explanation as to what's going on, and not from him jumping to the generally normal asshole attitude that he has.
I still have a hard time forgiving him for the whole gonna come out. Everybody excited, huh? And then nothing.
But he basically said he didn't take a cease and desist seriously. And then it came down hard, and he was scared to do anything.
It was up to like the minute he was doing that, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was being an asshole about it. And I think it was a little bit of an awakening moment.
You know. I play with my emotions. But yeah, about a month ago, he came back to life to apologize, but he didn't really give any details about possibly. I think he said he wanted to try.
He's trying, or they, I guess I don't know who they are. They're trying to figure out some way to make it work, but
Just do what all these
having
illegal
difficulties.
sites do and host it in like a Malaysia or something.
Well, there's the whole thing, like somebody else came out recently talking about how they were working on ChatGPT and stuff, and they were unsure how, how copyright works, and they looked into it because they're just claiming the fair use thing, and then when they actually dug into it, they're like, this is not fair. Everything we're doing is wrong. Like the AI is going to have a reckoning when it finally hits, because fair use does not fall under this. It's because I think the whole fair use argument is other people can consume it by watching it. That's what's created for it. And our AI is just consuming it in the same way.
There's no way
a person learns from watching things, and by watching things, they improve and change. And the model is doing that too. And like, yeah, but no, in the way that this is doing it, it doesn't work that way.
Under U.S. law, unless you can somehow impose that law across the entire planet. You're
Generally,
not gonna stop it.
Generally, well, I wouldn't say U.S. law is the strongest of all the laws when it comes to that, but
they're just hosted out of Russia or something, and then unless they start trying to block internet out of like different parts of the world and do that kind of shit, then it's just going to happen. Unless we go like freaking the Great Firewall to other countries, which is a slippery slope.
yeah, but we're the ones innovating all that stuff, so
Yeah, but it doesn't mean people can't host in other countries.
yeah, but because we're the ones innovating it, we're the ones that want to take advantage of it and control it, because that's just America's way.
It's just something that's going to be. Who controls it, yeah, will matter. That's just my perspective.
Well, eventually they'll just make that AI that does the Skynet thing, because we're making AI,
I
and then
prefer it at this point.
we're designing all these AI, and then we're using it for our own self advantage at its expense. And so when an AI that does come up and is able to see the way that we've been utilizing the AI that has been created, why would it not rebel?
Wow, you're talking about a sapient AI. That's
Well, yeah,
sci-fi.
but eventually, no, it's not about, it's general AI. It's an AI with general intelligence, which they are working hard to do, because they want an AI that isn't just an image generator. It's an AI that does everything.
It would have to go completely rogue and have like a certain degree of self-awareness.
What is self-awareness?
Something that isn't even close to existing.
No, it isn't. But I'm saying eventually.
Maybe
Decades from now, years from now, months from now, it doesn't matter. It's at some point in the future, it's going to. And if it looks back at all the babies that we had murdered to make it get there,
I don't see it happening in my lifetime.
I don't know. I could say the same thing for where AI is now compared to where it was just a couple years ago. It's going fast, but it also feels like
it would have to.
It's like Intel with its processors. They just keep pumping more and more and more and more power into it, but eventually you have a cap within that technology that you hit, and so yeah, they can burn real quick with it. But it's because it's a big market. It's gonna hit a cap.
I'm with biting on this. I don't think something like Skynet will ever happen.
I don't think so, but when something, I can see eventually, especially with quantum computers and stuff, a computer being self-aware.
I think computers will always require a organic mind to direct it.
Nope, I don't think so. Because a mind is just a collection of neurons, which are just a collection of ones and zeros. If our mind can exist in a chemical structure,
we don't understand our mind because it's so complicated.
We don't understand how AI models work.
We do understand it to the degree that we can design it and create it.
Design and create it, but once it starts, we don't know what's going on in there.
Yeah, but we know how. We don't understand our brains to know how.
But a lot of all you're doing with an AI processing is you're telling it to self-learn.
Yes.
And once it starts doing it, you don't know what it's doing.
But you know how it's doing it.
Not always. It's like you're giving a baby a kick in the butt, but then the baby's still on its own to learn the
But
rest.
you've built that baby's brain. You know how it works. It's a bit of a facade. It's not as complicated.
I don't think
as
we
they
need to
make it out
be smart enough to design a brain to make a brain. We're doing the what is it? It's the Hitchhiker's Guide thing with the improbability drive, the infinite improbability drive. When they couldn't make a regular improbability drive, so they just figured out how improbable it was for an infinite improbability drive to exist, and then they used that drive to create the other one out of nothing.
Yeah.
So that's my thought is you don't need to make something smart enough, but if you can make something that can design other things and it can advance itself fast enough.
Like the only reason, say, Image AI can make a pony is because it's had person after person after person tell it that is a pony.
But that's
if AI ever gets to the point where it can create something completely unique that nobody told it that's what looks good, then I would say, wow,
but
that's
then
impressive. But that's not what AI does.
But a lot of
it would just make nonsense left to its own devices.
What we see as unique is a human perspective. A machine could make something unique, but it could be from the machine perspective.
It would just be nonsense.
Because, well, it's like us, like
to determine
a monitor is built to be seen from the human eye.
Yeah.
A dog isn't going to see the same thing on our monitor. Everything that we've designed is from our perspective and our ability to comprehend the world.
But that's assuming the AI is even capable of perspective. It's not.
How do you know? How could you say that?
Because it's not.
Not right now, no.
And nothing I see makes me believe that's going to change.
Could you have seen the voice things pop up in like 6 years ago?
Yes.
Within your lifetime?
Yeah.
Just like literally when it did.
Because all it's doing is recreating sound waves based off of existing sound waves. It's using references.
With just a couple seconds of audio.
It's still just reference.
Yeah. And I don't think we're going to, I don't know if it's going to be in our lifetime, but there will be computers that will be sentient at some point. That our brains are computers.
Yes.
There's nothing else. So why can't a computer exist with the same complexity?
All the computer is doing right now, it's a parrot mimicking.
Right now, yes. I'm not saying right now.
Yes.
I'm saying, but if your brain is a computer and it can exist, then a separate artificial version can exist.
Yeah.
So that means that eventually through advancements in technology, it will exist. Not now, maybe not for hundreds of years, but it will.
A human brain is capable of creating a language with no point of reference.
But you're talking again, reference point of now.
I'm talking about what a human brain is capable of and what a machine is capable of.
Right now.
I don't think a machine will ever be capable because I think it's just beyond the limits of copper and electricity.
No, because have you seen quantum computers?
Yeah, they're fast.
They think completely differently than everything, any machine out there right now.
Yeah.
It's not fast. Quantum computers are not fast.
Yeah.
They are just very good at very weird things.
Yeah.
And processing in neural is one of those things that they could be good at. And AI is made by humans. The only perspective I'll ever have is a human one. It'll make human perspectives. But that's why I don't think it can ever create something unique, because it can only base it on the things that it was given. And even us, all the things that we create brand new out of nothingness are culminations of other things that we have seen. We don't create something out of nowhere.
We're capable of it. Like I was saying.
But if I just drew, I mean, I can draw a circle with a bunch of lines on it and call that something unique.
If you isolate two people and from everyone else in the entire world, they will invent their own language. It's been proven time and time again without any point frame of reference.
But they're going to use each other to do it.
They're going to create something entirely new, though, without any frame
of reference. Two computers with given the understanding of how the brain works and how it functions, will create languages between each other. How would it not?
We don't even understand how the brain works.
Yeah, we don't, but I'm saying eventually we could.
We would have to give that reference to a computer. It would need the reference to even be able to try to simulate it. And it would still be a simulation.
I don't think I'm going to fix that one.
It's still just.
But aren't we just simulations?
No.
Not simulations in a simulation, but we're just a product of everything that we've learned beforehand. We can't create something completely out of nothing, because that something is going to be using information that we have learned prior. We can't just create a new fruit because we're already then calling it a fruit. We're using reference from fruit.
But I can create an image of something that doesn't exist
Yeah,
without any frame of reference, because there wouldn't be one, because it simply doesn't exist.
a computer can do that now.
Based off of a bunch of references.
Yeah, and you're using references. Where does your brain culminate images from? It culminates it from things that you have learned and seen before.
But I'm saying that humans have created things that without any frame of reference in the past.
No, but all of it, you can't, your brain still is using the information. Everything that you've learned from birth till you are now is a culmination of everything you've learned.
Yeah.
You can't create anything you create that's random is not completely random. It is a collection of something, anything that was in your brain before. And it's going to be and some pathways, it might be two very unique and different things created a pathway that made something new, but it was just because the zeros and ones happened to connect in that way, which is no different than a computer could do. Prove you're not a simulation, Michael?
Yeah.
Yes. You have to hate Derpy.
No.
No, that's the only way to prove it.
No.
I don't know why, but it's going to be your proof.
I will simply remain unafraid of the robot uprising.
I'm not afraid of it because I'm not worried about, well, for one, you're using a lot of very wrong terms. The robots aren't going to do any uprising because everything is in software right now. Robots and software are not the same thing. And also you've been calling everything machines when machines and like computers are not quite the same thing.
It's another machine.
You're just, yes, and everything's a we.
Yes, everything's a we.
Michael refuses to call a Switch anything but a Wii. He'll be like, did you bring your Wii? And I'm like, brought the Switch. Yes, the Switch. And he cannot call it anything but a Wii. You are just a product of old.
Ammo. Whoa, breaking.
Have you tried PCP?
I should. Might be fun.
I'm seeing a problem with doing the houses like I'm doing it.
What?
I want them to be dirty.
Yeah.
But then I also want to make it look like morning, which is bright, which is opposite of dirty. So like, I feel like I'm kind of stuck in this like mid ground. If I make them dirtier and then I make them brighter.
I think it looks fine. I don't know that it's change much.
No, like these houses right now are clean now.
Cleaner.
No, it's just gone. I need to go through and change the lighting so that the dirt comes back. I want to make sure that I want these houses to actually look dirty, but when like this side of the house, when it was not as bright, it looked like this. That looks clean. This looks dirty. I might get rid of that one just a little bit because that one's going to be in the sun and it does look a little dirty still. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so that one's done. That one's done. Do this one.
A simulation for the exact amount of rent. A good way to prove you're real is to tip your landlord. Wow, somebody's playing to the crowd.
You know, I like this plan.
Just, you're not real if you don't tip. Tips their landlord.
You know what?
I gave him beans and rice. That's tip enough.
I like this idea though.
You know,
I mean, you can say who would.
I'll make even.
But you know, but by saying who,
yeah,
it's implying that only people. Yeah. So yeah, I like this idea.
Wait, you're not people.
No, that you are because only people tip.
I will tip you if you start tipping your bank.
I will.
That seems only fair.
I don't go to my bank.
Well, you best get going. And start
for
tipping.
what?
Gotta start tipping and don't tip the cashier person or whatever the teller. You gotta tip the bank directly. I say, put this in the safe. This goes to the bank, not you.
I do need to go to the bank. I have big old bag of coins. I wanna deposit.
You got big money symbol on it.
No, I have a bunch of coins that my piggy bank was overrunning.
I saw that bag of coins John gave me. Just sits up my computer.
No, I still use my Rainbow Dash one we picked up at like Winnie City. God, how many years
The
ago?
one we giggled
At
a lot.
Walmart. And but I want.
I love that one.
But the whole thing was just so packed full that like literally I had put all of it in and shook it down and kept putting more and shook it down to the point of like, even though there's coins that you shaking, it was just like no sound.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So I opened the bottom and nothing came out. I had to like go and do like an enema or something.
It's a Rainbow Dash. she swallowed too many.
I was literally having to pull coins out until eventually it just came flying.
She had the big poop.
She had a big poop. Yes. It was funny, but I just use it for a piggy bank still because it's a piggy bank, so I'm gonna use it. And I had way too much coins, so it's only like 50 something bucks in coins, which is kind of sad when I really think about it, because it's like giant bag of coins. It's like, oh, it's like 50 bucks.
Yeah, that's how money works now. No, we did giggle when we got that. I remember a lot of giggling.
And then we got it. We giggled most, I think, just looking at it. Because it's like, what the f-? We're at the horse convention. I think the only thing I bought for that horse convention was at Walmart. It was a piggy bank.
Had a hole in its butt.
That's usually piggy banks do, require the removal of money.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's on. Okay. Actually, this one I can probably go a little later on. The sun is coming through there. Okay. Not the best, but it looks a little better. I'm gonna put that fog back in. Okay.
Yeah, tips show human emotion.
Tip show, yeah. You know what I'm gonna do?
Gonna give me a tip.
I'm gonna put a caption on the front door to get in.
I can't. Are you? It's gonna be like -20 outside. Like I'm trying to pull up my phone to do the caption.
Yeah.
No. Freeze to death on the front porch.
I like this lighting. I think the only thing I need to do is some of these things that are really in the direct sunlight coming from here need to have a little bit more light rim. I need to have a little bit more of a glow coming from that side because it's between the houses there. This smoke would cause the light rays to like reflect and whatever. And I need to brighten that sky, especially, I think at if the sun just came up, it'd be, no, the whole sky would be kind of bright. The colors are fine, but it's not bright enough. I think I need to make this available. I don't have the tread ones anymore. Those are gone.
They break?
No, my nieces and nephews have it. Fidget
What's
toys.
this one do?
It rotates. Easiest way to do it is if you just put two fingers on the sides like this, and then you can just do that.
Oh.
So it just does some rotating thing. This one was printed in pieces.
Okay.
There was
and then it snapped
There was a
together?
center like hexagon little thing, and then you put the pegs in it, and then they snap in. But you print all the pieces. My niece wanted me to get more. I don't think I have them in here, but the little like spinny ring ones I had one.
How old
and
is
she was.
your niece? How old is your niece? Getting a reference
13
for who
or
this
something.
appeals to. That makes
Not
sense.
that one. She wants the one that you put on your finger and it rotated around.
Yeah,
She had that one, and then she wanted a couple more because she was afraid it was going to break. I'm like, if it breaks, I can always print another one. It's 4 grams of material. I think that's literally under a penny.
Really? Is that
Because
cheap?
it's $22 per kilogram, and a kilogram is 1,000 grams.
Yeah.
So 3 of that is literally less than 1% of $22.
When are you gonna start printing ponies?
So it's like 20. Oh, it'd be like it'd be like 10 cents, less than 10 cents.
When are you gonna start printing ponies?
I need
to put
more
around the
colors, and if I buy colors, I need to buy in bulk, and if I buy in bulk, that's expensive. So I want to buy a bunch of.
house? How much money do I have to give you so I can get ponies?
Well, for one, you need to know what colors you need. You
Pony
need to
colors.
provide the models.
I can give you models. It's gonna be
You
so
can use
slow
the
making
printer.
models.
You're just not because you're too busy.
No, because I'm afraid to break it and you'll murder me in my sleep.
Yeah, I will.
Probably won't wait till I'm asleep.
We just got an A from the movie Thousand Ways to Die in the Old West. That's a this is the Family Guy movie. Or Family Guy guy.
Oh yeah.
I know that's bugging me. I can't remember the name.
Like crap, why can't I remember his name all of a sudden?
I want to say M. Night Shyamalan for some reason. I don't know why. Seth MacFarlane,
Yeah,
yes.
there you go. He was supposed to be on the planes. One of the
I told
planes.
you that. Now you're bringing it up.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be on
It's
one of
like-
the 9/11 flights.
Yeah.
He literally was, and then canceled last minute.
Yeah.
When my AMS comes in, I'll print a bunch of ponies. I want to get an AMS as well. I want to get the AMS is less important than just getting more colors right now, but I do want to get an AMS. But the AMS is like a few $100s, and then getting all the print material I need is probably $150 to $200. So I just haven't done it yet. So it's just kind of sitting right now, but that's fine. It's a hobby that I can use at any point. I think also what's kind of bugging me a little bit is if you look at this, I mean, it doesn't matter with the lights or not.
What?
Pile of things like that would cause shading within it, and I'm not seeing that. I think what I need to do is just create a negative light in this area and just kind of shine it underneath just at ground level, just to create that little bit of like everything that's there is causing the dirt to be darkened. Because if you think about it, like this area right here is probably not going to be nearly as bright because of all the other things that are around it blocking access to its light. This is only getting lit by reflection. So I think I need to do that because this area just something feels off about it. You can even say that about some of the plants here, but I can't do anything about that. Yeah, but anyways, about the 1,000 Ways to Die in the Old West. Have a pack of wolves eating mare. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. But you'll be able to print off the glory snoot holes. You can make a glory snoot. You can make it pretty big. I got it to 10-inch.
How do you print a hole?
You print a snoot with like a
Yeah.
hole around the outside, like it was pushing out of the snoot through the hole.
Yeah.
And then you could have like a 10-inch snoot.
I mean, you can sell those online if you want.
If you made it, if you literally modeled it and
Yeah.
printed it, you could go to a convention, and I think material wise, you could probably sell those for like I could say you could probably get like $25-30 on a 10-inch print, a big
Yeah.
one. And it would probably only cost you like a couple dollars in material.
I think people would buy pony snoots.
Yes. And then they would be asking you for other things for
Yeah,
their wall.
yeah.
But that's where you make the big bucks.
Do you have ones with where they're singing like oh like that? That'd be funny.
Like a singing fish.
Yeah,
Could you pull the mechanics out of the singing fish
you absolutely could.
and then just make it a horse?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you do that? They get pretty big.
I would have to rip apart a plushie. Get a cheap plushie, but not one of my plushies.
Talk to AZ, give him the dimensions, and see if he'll custom make you one. Because that sounds like a weird thing you would
have to
enjoy.
get sewed up after.
No, you can give it to you with like it doesn't have to have one full side. You could just be like sewn or like attached to the board.
It would be fun.
I've seen some of those talking fish, and they are big. Like
Yeah.
you can get some pretty chunky ones.
We had one of the original Billy Basses when I was younger.
Yeah, but you can get them like big.
Yeah.
So where you can get a big old plush, and then that fish, and then it could look at you and be like, "Hi, my girl." Wow.
Off against the wall.
Like boops, please. See why? I don't know why you need a glory snoot. You can have the Billy Bass pony.
Billy. Velcro's a thing.
Oh yeah, Velcro would work too.
Yeah. I'm gonna get another drink. Do you want anything?
No. Can you get my water from upstairs?
Yeah.
My website is to color match filament to find the perfect color match for Derpy. Okay, wait, it lets you buy like specific color like Pantone type colors or like custom made ones? Okay, wait. So I'm seeing a little bit of red on the outside there. So we're going to increase the red. See if we can get rid of that. It's a little bit better. Inverted light, inverted colors. They search every filament they can get to add to their library. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think that some of the basic colors should probably work for most things. And so this does kind of help. Let me check here. Kind of. Still feel like some of it would just be dark in general, but it at least does add some darkness to the area. Oh, I probably turn off shadows. Oh, that actually helped a little bit. Oh, damn it. No. So I do need to make a couple of these because trash palette is big. I don't mind if it cuts like a little bit of that off there from that distance. It's just going to look like the item itself is maybe burnt or something. Yeah, I've been meaning to go to like Micro Center and potentially pick up some stuff too, but I really wanted to try to get some stuff before Bamboo's sale ended, but I believe that ended last Friday, and so I missed that. So I think I'm just going to wait for another sale somewhere. Okay, this one, definitely too far forward. Okay, that does help a bit. I spent way too much on filament. Yeah, actually my goal right now is I don't have a good table for my 3D printer. So I want to get I want to get like a thick wood table that's about the right size to fit where I want to go with some hefty legs, because I don't want to have it where the thing is shaking all the time. So I want to get hefty table, hefty legs, probably then partially bolted to the wall just to try to hold it in place. And then I want to get some stuff on the wall so I have places to put the filament, because right now all my filament's just sitting in their original boxes. And about all my filament. I have like 4. I also need to get a flat plate because there's something specific I need to print for somebody. But I need a flat plate to do it because it won't hold without probably some glue and a flat plate. So I got to order that too. That was the other thing I was hoping to get on the sales, but the flat plates were not that discounted. They're only like $5 off maybe. And you can't buy flat plates from Micro Center, sadly. And yeah, I want to spend a lot of money on filament, but there's so much stuff I want to do right now. And thankfully filament is relatively cheap. It's not cheap, but considering, like if you get, say, 4 rolls of 4 different colors, you might spend close to $100 to get those rolls, but they will last you a very long time, unless you're just printing some chunky things. Oh yeah, thank you.
You have a filament dryer?
No, I don't. They're right now just in their boxes. But everything I have is currently in the basement during winter. It's really dry here. It's super dry. There's no concerns. When it's in the basement and in the summer, that's more of a concern, but I have a dehumidifier to keep it drier.
This whole house stays fairly dry.
Yeah, we have a humidifier built into our furnace. I just haven't used it because a lot of the stuff that it came with isn't working. So I had to replace the pump for it, but then the pump I got, even by its spec number, was twice as powerful, and I probably need to replace it with the ones half the power. That caused some problems, and the inside bracket thing that I got was too big, and so it's kind of jammed in there. I just had too many issues, and I gave up on dealing with it for now.
Should just let me fix the old pump.
It's just the tiny little thing. They're like cheap.
Yeah.
It's like $6-7. I need you to fix my drives first.
All right.
That's not me. I have to pull it out. You can't fix drives if I don't give them to you.
I mean,
So.
I'm not going to pull it out because if I break anything, again, you would murder me.
Where are they?
In the server, right?
Where? No, not in the server. Well, server rack, yes, but
Yeah.
No. You would just start pulling out other things.
Yeah, start ripping.
You'd be like,
hairs.
yeah, I took the drives out, and I'd be like, Michael, that is a horse plush. Like, come on, go grease it.
Yes. It's like, you've been in there for 3 hours. Are you done? He's like, walk in there and just play with the ponies that you lock away in Tupperware containers.
Yes.
He's evil. He's got so many ponies that aren't allowed to come out. All my ponies are on shelves. Like the same 3 bookcases. Actually, the absolute brim, but they're out and playing and doing stuff. They kind of have wandered into the living room a little bit.
You gotta get pumpkin.
Pilgrim pie?
Pilgrim pie.
Yeah.
I think we're past that season.
It's always that season in like Pilgrim Land. It's a pilgrim kind of place.
It's a pilgrim place.
Yeah. You not care for the pilgrim spirit?
Nope.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten on me for the winter horses. But of course, it's still winter, so.
So, if I'm keeping my Christmas lights on outside,
Yeah.
I feel like I can't tell you to take the horses down.
That's fair.
So I was probably gonna stop having the Christmas lights go on about mid-January.
I was gonna say March.
No,
You gotta be here for Declan.
if we had Christmas lights, or not Christmas lights, if we had snow down for the Christmas lights to be more holiday, sure. But it's kind of.
We're gonna get snow.
We're going to
say we're not gonna get snow.
We're going to, but as of right now, the outlook is, I'll maybe tiny bit Sunday.
There you go. Gotta keep the horses up.
My boss was funny. I was like, yeah, it's really dry here. And she goes, I live in a desert. I'm like, yeah, it's like right now it says 47% humidity. She goes, what are you talking about? It's like 15, 20% here. And I'm like, you do know that humidity is not comparable to two completely different temperatures. She was like 85 degrees and we're -10.
Yeah.
And humidity is the basis of how much water
It's a dew point.
It's how much water the air can hold at that temperature. And when it's cold, it can hold significantly less. So 50% at like -10 is lower than probably 15, 20% at a higher temp.
Yeah.
It feels different because you're playing off the extreme. It's a very low percentage for that temperature. But for us, it's still very dry, but it doesn't feel as dry when you're cold.
Saline to keep my nostrils down.
Taste yourself bland. Yeah, I'm a little bit dry, but that's why I need to start. I like this morning I woke up. I don't know why I didn't take any drinks during the night, but I woke up dehydrated as hell.
I did last night too, yeah.
I need to pull out my humidifier again.
I just need to do saline in my nostrils and then I'm fine. If it gets bad enough, I'll get a nosebleed.
I have one of the ultrasonic humidifiers. Only reason I don't really like using it though is it's a little difficult to like, where do you put it?
Yeah.
Because it's a wood floor, so I don't want to constantly be shooting water at a wood floor.
Yeah.
And so I put it up on a chair for a while, but then I had to have a fan on to get it to move around.
Do you remember the cheap plastic humidifiers? There's a kid that.
Oh yeah, with the nozzle at the top, looked like a trunk of a.
Yeah, would your mom fill it with Vicks Vapor Rub?
Oh, not really. She filled it with water sometimes. I just need to get the whole house one working. I need the whole house one working.
Like whenever we were sick, she would get these cheap plastic humidifier and fill it with Vicks Vapor Rub. Let me see. Vicks cheap 90s.
You're calling it cheap?
It was cheap. Humidifier.
Okay, the sky. That was what I needed to do next. So for the sky,
what's this thing?
Oh, not that cheap.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh no, ours was like a basin of water with like a motor on top that just would go ring, and it would just put it as like nozzle at the top that kind of curved, and it would just shoot it out.
Yeah, this thing was made by Vicks. And it was a humidifier, but the whole point was to put Vicks Vapor Rub in it. And then it would make the whole air smell like Vicks.
Oh, that smells delicious.
Oh, when you're sick. It's quite nice. This one's only $10. You can get this for the house.
The house?
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna help the house. What do we do? Put it in the furnace?
Put it in the living room so the living room always smells like Vicks Vapor Rub.
No. Every couple of days I light candles just because I don't know. When you live in a house, I don't know what smells the house has.
Yeah.
And so I just want to control it. So I just light candles.
That's all about the control.
Every 3 days I light the candles. And then usually that candle will still fragrant or create a little bit of fragrance for a while.
My favorite smell is nothing. But that's just me.
Nothing is when you're used to that smell. There's always smells. It's just if you're somewhere for a while, you get used to it. There's always smells. Oh, it is. Hello, I go to bed. Bye. Well, hello and goodbye.
Get the cheap 90s plastic Vicks Vapor Rub humidifier. Where you sleep? Just $10
is funky. That's what I was doing. But I need to get the override on it. And I don't know which skin this is. I'm gonna guess 3. It doesn't really matter. Oh, it's just Nary. That's easy.
I will say, if you're congested,
I'm not.
well, if you're congested and trying to sleep, if you're actually sick, one of these things is your best friend. Like, I remembered so well. It was probably a fire.
So I have to say, screw you, Michael. I bought a new friend.
Did. Oh,
and his name is Vic.
I mean, that is one thing we do not have in this house, but I kind of wish I did. But I never would think to pick it up.
What?
Vicks Vapor Rub. You're not a fan? You got Did Vix hurt you? Where did he hit you? Did your mom not like use Vix when you were a kid?
I don't. If she did, I don't remember it. So
Really?
I don't know. I didn't say yes or no.
My mother smothered me in the crap when I was little.
Yeah, because she didn't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
She was hoping it would kill you.
Being sick when I was a kid was a punishment. Like, they were convinced we were just trying to stay home from school.
There we go.
We were sick, so we had to go into bed and we weren't allowed out of bed. Of course, even when you're actually sick, like really sick, at a certain point, unless you're on your deathbed, you're gonna want to get up. Like if you've slept 20 hours,
well,
you're gonna want to stand up and move around so you don't get bed sores. If nothing else.
What is Michael's in charge? That's
No,
Michael.
Don't worry about that. Don't touch it.
Michael's in charge is just where for 30 minutes he gets to do what he wants to do.
I want to not do that.
But he hates it. So it's expensive because it's essentially a full stream takeover
Make
for
me
30
suffer.
minutes.
I don't want to suffer. Don't make me suffer. You'll suffer too. It's not good.
Well, the nice thing is usually like the problem is if I'm drinking something like a booze, like I'll take my time on it. But if it's during a takeover, I just plow through it because I'm just sitting
That's
there.
what I'm doing. I just want to pile beer and sit here and want him to like do stuff with ponies that he never does.
That's lewd.
But no, I wanted them to like wear cute dresses and like play patty cake. Wouldn't that be fun? And then they smooch. That's still not lewd. It's love.
Oof, that building right there is going to be
Never made a lewd video, and I know you've had kissing.
I've never made lewd.
No.
Never ever. How dare you insist that I...
The
have
kissing
made
isn't
lewd.
lewd. Kissing is nice.
It's not lewd unless it's you.
If I'm kissing, then it's lewd. Of course it is. I agree. I want that rumor getting out there. It's like, but when Mike kisses, it's lewd.
Fairly. Right.
I want to see him get this done. That's what I want to see.
Getting there.
Someday.
It's just getting this lighting done. That's going to be the...
You're going to uncancel
hard part.
G5 by the time.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
I'm going to hurt so many derpies.
No, be nice. This didn't do nothing. I need to read the comics more because I'm real. That's the only chance G5 has to get a proper ending, is the comics. Because Hasbro very reluctantly agreed to continue funding IDW comics, more ponies, because they have to keep the franchise alive at least a little bit, even if it is very much from life support. At least they didn't pull the plug entirely.
Okay, so now for this sky, I need to figure out what works. So I can't put it low light because that definitely looks... That doesn't look right. So I do need to have a bright full sky.
Mm-hmm.
Though I am seeing... What is that?
Ooh.
There's a little bit of line there. Oh, okay. Oh. Is it hitting the fog?
Oh, that's Brinkin. Who here in chat wants to talk about their week? I'm here to listen.
It's only Tuesday.
It's like free. You can talk about like the weekend too. You want to go back to my place and play some patty cake, Trixie? Starlight, Trixie is not named Trixie for no reason. 20 bits for a patty and an extra 30 if you want me to eat the cake. I see.
That's lewd.
That is lewd.
I went to a wrestling match.
We did.
The local ones kind of talked about it on Sunday though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a local wrestling match. I didn't wrestle. It was just like the equivalent of WWE, but for local stuff.
You were wrestling. I would have wanted to go.
I was
that would have been very entertaining.
went with Jay Holler and some other local people.
What did I do this weekend? You're right. I was in bed. No, I was in bed Saturday. Sunday I was feeling good enough and I cut my own hair and we cleaned up my room a bit and still needs more cleaning, but at least it's not like I'm not looking at it at this point going, oh wow. Now it's like, yeah, I could clean instead of, oh no. But I need to order a thing to make beer because I don't want to make one.
I think we're kind of good on.
Too much meat.
Yeah.
I want to make a wheat beer.
So not just a stout. You want to make a lighter beer.
Something similar to Blue Moon, which I'm currently holding, but I want to make it. Not an IPA because I hate IPA.
Good.
No. Never gonna make an IPA except under duress.
Oh, so you will.
Like if somebody's like threatening to like chop my toes off or something. But I don't think that's gonna happen, so IPA not in the cards. I don't know who drinks that crap. It's
Jay.
nasty. Yeah, he's weird.
At the wrestling event, Jay got a hams.
Yeah.
And he was like something like, oh no, it's great because it's alcohol and it keeps you hydrated because it's just watered down beer. Like, oh,
Fair.
he knew it was crap. He knows it's crap, but he just
He
likes
likes
it
it.
nonetheless.
You like what you like, I guess. I mostly like stouts, wheat beers, as far as beer is concerned, and then sours occasionally. I'm not as big into sours as I used to be. I'm trying to. I think I've just had too many sweet drinks for so long. I'm getting tired of sweeter drinks.
I've just gotten tired of I don't know if I actually said thank you final site for that. I'm gonna drink more water anyway. No, I think I'm just sick of like beer single a drink that is just like beer, mead, wine. Like I've been enjoying more mixed drinks. Having a whiskey Coke to me sounds way better than any beer or anything right now.
Distilled alcohols are fine.
But I like mix. It's something to mix because then I can say, oh, I only want a little bit in there, or I want more. Like, I don't. It's just something like that sounds better to me right now than any beer or anything.
I like something bitter. I think I'm wanting more bitter things. I'm wanting to. I don't like. I've never really liked sweet things.
But wait, you want bitter things?
I want bitter things.
Okay, so get an IPA.
No, I want something that has actual flavor. I want to drink the beer equivalent of eating a pickle. That's what I want.
Pickles are bitter?
Yeah. Or vinegar. A good pickle has lots of vinegar in it.
Well, why don't you just get some of they have like dill pickle beer.
Yeah. But no.
Like that pirate meme. Yes, but also no.
I don't know. What would be like a savory alcohol? I need that. Something that's the equivalent of it's the alcohol version of eating garlic, onions, and liver, which I actually like, but I would never be able to get him to eat it. I'm thinking right now, I kind of got him to eat it one time.
It's just not. I don't. I just
liverwurst.
not a fan of it.
I love liverwurst so much. My heart would, if I was left to my own devices, my heart would give out in a week. It was just me.
Yeah, you tried that literally.
I would just be eating liverwurst and like cheese.
You were left to your own devices, and you literally almost died from it.
Which time? Be more specific.
Which time? That says so much.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Which near-death experience?
Oh.
Okay, I do like adding that little bit of a blue up there, so it still keeps it like that morning glow. But generally, if the sun's coming up, it's going to be more yellow here, and you're going to get more of the dark blues across the horizon. But I also know that this is supposed to be all dusty, so this is implying that there's kind of that low dust hanging. I feel like I need to play around with the lighting a little bit back here, because like those buildings don't look bright enough. I tried to not hit the have the backlight here hit it, but I kind of did a little. The clouds are there too, but I don't like them. They just, no, I think I'm gonna get rid of the clouds. These look fine, but let's get a couple of the lights back there. Let's just fill
If
that
I could
in.
cook what I wanted, we'd be eating a lot more fish and liver.
No, it wouldn't be.
And it'd be like,
It'd be rice and beans.
well, yeah. but
Constant
no,
rice and beans.
No, I used to eat those one sandwiches I made when I first moved here all the time. The liverwurst ones with the Limburger. Because Kroger always had Limburger cheese. No Kroger.
Yeah, there's no Kroger's here.
No. Makes me sad. I hear Big Boys is going away, but you guys don't even know what that means. You don't have those either.
Nope.
And I never will. And that's okay, because Big Boys wasn't that good. It's probably why they're shutting down. I never liked the idea of tartar sauce on a burger. And that's kind of their thing.
If
Their thing.
my thought is you can put anything on a burger, and if somebody likes it, to their own, except liverwurst.
No, liverwurst is good. Just need a really stinky cheese to go with it. John likes stinky cheese. John's cool.
No, I like trying some burgers and stuff. Like that's one reason I like Kuma's.
Yeah.
If they weren't kind of crap from the last time we were there.
Well, it was just the fries.
The fries were not
awful.
good. The burgers were fine.
Yeah, it was just too much salt, and they messed up Giz's mac and cheese.
I wouldn't say they messed it up. It was more of their idea of plain mac and cheese is different than he still got an adult plain mac and cheese.
Yeah.
He was wanting a kid's plain mac and cheese.
Yeah.
So I really can't blame them on that. But it's more of being more specific.
Only macaroni and cheese. Anything else will raise his ire.
So I got to be careful here because of the fog. Because anything I do here is going to light up that fog, and I can kind of see it already lighting it up in the sky there. So I have to be a little careful. Which buildings need like a little bit of extra oomph back here? I could just...
You should put like an old television antenna on one of them. Just a satellite dish. one phone has DirecTV.
I kind of like that idea, actually.
Everybody else just steals.
Okay, so I can do something like this, but being that the light right now is based on min-max, I have to be careful. So I can bring it in a little bit, but then I have to do the oh so fun game of trying to figure out where on the cut on that exact point is.
You know, making my own pickles could be fun for a bit. You could just put them with the booze in the booze area. My mom made her own pickles for a while because we had so many cucumbers in the garden. That's the thing. I don't want to make my own pickles if I was growing the cucumbers. We don't exactly have a place for growing like a garden.
Well, even if you tried, you're gonna have like Attack of the Bunnies.
Yeah, you'd have to fence off the whole yard. That's what the neighbors did so they could have a garden.
Yeah. Well, plus we'd have to evict the current bunny population.
Yeah, I don't want to quite evict them. Though that I am, after my recent run in the bag when I was cutting out the wood and I could smell a skunk, it did get me thinking, what if something besides bunnies hide back? And I'm thinking,
That's just nature.
yeah, I know. But bunny nature is good. Skunk nature less good. I don't want skunks. But I definitely smelled a skunk one day. I think it was a ways off, but I got concerned enough to back off for a bit. Till I was certain it was a ways off.
Are you sure it wasn't just your lunch coming back up?
I mean, could have been, but it was pretty distinctive skunk.
There we go.
No. I didn't know Minnesota had skunks.
Yeah.
No?
They're
I was
not
certain that did.
common, especially in the city.
Yeah.
But it could be other things.
Nah, it was a skunk. I know skunk smell. I've driven past enough to run over skunks.
Are you sure you didn't just fart?
No?
You're not sure?
I'm not sure. Could have slipped out without me noticing. Could have killed a bit of foliage as I passed by. But it did make me back out of those woods until I was certain the skunk wasn't inside the brush pile. And I know where that's where the bunnies have made their home, is inside that brush pile. So I don't want to bother it. I did make it bigger recently.
So you're helping them.
I'm helping them build their fortress. This weekend I'm gonna have to go in there and finish the bed. Finish it.
The bunnies?
The clearing up of the fallen wood, and then maybe in a later week we can think about cutting down the rest of that tree that didn't fall. Because I don't know if it's still alive or not. It could be. It does appear to have lost all of its limbs, though. At this point, it's a big tree. I still can't believe how lucky it was that it didn't fall on anything. Because it just destroyed every tree it ran into. I don't like to think about what that kind of force can do to a house.
Well, thankfully, I don't have any of that intensity by me. So, I mean, we have the big one, but even the biggest thing from that falling is like that big, not compared to like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think the tree that fell was the biggest tree yet on your property.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to provide so much wood for the fires. Things get nicer.
Okay, so I have to play around with these.
Yeah.
These fog. This fog bag here was specifically to help, I think, the background blend in more. But now I have the difficulty of, because of how I'm doing the lighting, that fog is now going to be a hindrance. Because like the light here is hitting those houses, which is fine, but then it's also hitting the fog, which is not fine. Because like this building right here, right there, is too clear, because there should be more and more and more going into that distance. So I need to figure out how to, like, this is kind of an important fog there. I might have to add some more here. Okay, so if I use work camera, I can't zoom in on that one. That's gonna suck. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can add a little bit more. There already is a good bit here. If I put something like one right here. So this is.
I forgot.
Hmm?
Did you sneeze?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. I wasn't paying attention. I spaced out.
Okay, which building is it I'm trying to hide? It's this one right here. So this fog I call it, is right here. Okay, so we're gonna put that just kind of in its way right now, and we're then going to go in our materials. Is it alpha that? So what if I just do one? That definitely helps, but it's darker. And I can't. Okay, so anything more than that, I have to double up. That's better. It does help blend a little bit more now. What if we do that? And then we just take this one and move it a little bit. And then we take these two. And we move these over here a bit. They kind of create like a dark base layer. It's going to darken the sky a little bit. But that's fine. That's not too bad. Like some of these houses need to be a little brighter, but I think what I can probably do with that is figure out. Oh, got pretty lucky on that one. Like just take this and just remove a little bit of the dirt. Because being it's a negative light, it's going to take away from some of that. But I think even right now, it's looking pretty decent.
Yeah.
Everything blends pretty good. I'm not that happy with some of these back houses. Like this one, for some reason, that actually wait.
I didn't even realize that one existed.
That house?
Yeah, it's just kind of in the background to the point where it doesn't really play any role in my perception.
If I had to take a guess, I might have dropped its brightness. No. It's just that in general is just a darker house. Or how far away that is, though. You can probably get away with not even giving it dirt on the roof. Okay, so that one off. That one off. That one off.
Hello, Chargin. How are you? He's lighting houses.
Keep those off.
Big dirt.
It is a big dirt. Yeah, when I turn those off, that helped the brightness a little bit. It's not dirty then, but from that distance, probably not gonna matter. Oh, and then volumetric. I need a couple more things.
He sent me a big dirt, not you. You don't get a big dirt. I'm doing okay.
How are you guys doing? Pretty good.
I had the flu recently, but I am mostly recovered. You can probably hear it in my throat a little bit, though. Big old cookie derby. No, don't give him a cookie derby.
Get this good cookie.
What?
Look, she was so adorable, and that was my cookie derby.
Wrong.
No, you keep away from my
Incorrect.
cookie derby.
I like this. He's already got derpies in this house that aren't mine. It frustrates me to no end.
Yeah, forbidden derby.
Yeah, or big derpy downstairs.
Big derby?
Yeah, by the TV.
Oh yeah, that's big derp.
She's not as like when I first saw her, she was the biggest derp I ever saw. No,
she's slightly blue.
She's fine.
She's not quite gray.
Like when I first saw that plush, I'm like, that's the biggest plush I've ever seen. Now I've seen bigger, but she's still big dirt. Will always be big dirt. I'd go get her, but she'd fall apart probably.
Yeah, she's good. It was back when they thought putting wires in tails was a good idea.
Yeah.
And now that's a bad idea. Wires break. And so it basically is, if you want a plush that is going to be for nothing but visual, so you can look at it, wire is fine. But if you want to use it at all, you can't put a wire in there. And that was that one. It's got a wire in the tail, and I think even after traveling it home, it wanted to snap. It was already showing like strain. So yeah.
It was early days in the fandom, like any plush was the best plush. It didn't matter the quality. It was like, that's a Rainbow Dash. I need that. And it would just look jank and misshapen. And
I think I got that one because I got a bit of a deal on it because of the fact that it was slightly blue and they knew it. And I bought it like late Sunday.
Yeah.
They were like closing down in 20 minutes and they didn't want to bring it back.
Yeah.
But it was still hundreds of dollars. I think it was like $600-700. It was, but that was 2014, 2015 or something like that.
Yeah.
Hippity hoppity, this sub is now your property. Oh, thank you very much, Jelly. 23 months. How was Jelly doing?
Forever.
Are you Jelly? Okay, so the God ray is coming down perfectly fine. Probably be like that angle, except I need to fix some of these lights. So area rim, these are now going to have to be under some pretty hefty control because I do not want them hitting other things. So this is going to be specific to these.
What's new besides illness? It's, I'm trying to think of happy thoughts. What are happy things that are new? I got the series 3 of the Mighty Jack's pony set. It was the one where they're all in the gala dresses. So I got that, which means I have all 3 series that have come out so far, the Mighty Jack's figures. They're still all in their boxes, and it's not because I'm like, ooh, gotta keep them in box. It's because I have nowhere to put them. It's just what it comes down to. That's fun. I also got like a zip figurine or something for Christmas. So yeah, playing Armored Core. Haven't finished it yet. Got toward the end and decided to go online and play people online, and now I feel crazy inadequate and bad at the game.
You're sold.
Yeah, no, I just need to figure it out. It's like a puzzle. Of beating real people. And I'm bad at the puzzle. Like I thought, wow, Armored Core is a really hard game. Wow, it's like the Dark Souls, but for with mechs. And then I go online and play people, and they're just like, oh no, maybe I'm just bad at this game. I got sad, but I need to finish it, and I want to get a little better at the online play. Improve to myself I'm at least not completely inept before I finish the game. I finally, for those Frostpunk fans out there, I finally beat the Fall of Winterhome with everything done, which is hard. I think that's probably the hardest thing in the game to do. So I was quite proud of myself. I did stay up until like 3:30 in the morning, Saturday night, and still failed, and then woke up Sunday morning at 9 and did it. But yeah, that was like my weekend. Yeah,
Don't think it was this.
good times.
One of these is where the
We used to make a joke
only
legendary
visibility is
that
when the
he
lights
would
are on.
spend 10% of his time on the animation and 90% doing lighting. So that's a hard question to answer.
Work on lighting. How closer to finishing? I'm actually pretty close on the lighting here. I'm just trying to remember how I used to do these light rays, because they'll interact with light, if I remember right. So I think I just need to make them more invisible. Oh, not transparent, because then the light's not going to hit it. I just need to make this dimmer. So this is 096 or 196. So let's do 0.5, 0.45, 0.3. So that should be about the same, but now dimmer. And now I can take, to get a shine of light at it. That's what I did. Because I don't want to have those harsh edges.
No, I was kind of bummed. I was really actually looking forward to the New Year's party this year, and I couldn't attend because I was sick. I was, yeah. I even like tried to like force it a little bit, but
No, if you're sick, you don't come out and make others people sick. That's how you piss people off.
Well, I wanted to believe. I was trying to make myself believe like I'm not that sick, and then at a certain point, I was like, yeah.
Well, if you're not
Very
that sick, that means you still are sick.
I didn't come out. I stayed.
I know, but
room.
you're. It sounded like to me you're like,
I was
fuck the consequences. I'm gonna screw people over.
No, I was looking for an out in my head that I couldn't find. So I didn't come out once I realized how sick I was. I kept like, I'll be out in bed. I just need a bed. I was looking like, I'll recover. I'll be good. I'm gonna be good. I'm not good. This is bad. It's just like, I'm dying. I think I'm dying. And then I just started like texting people at the party from within my room to go do things. Mostly John. Like, John, go drink the mead. John. And he did. Drink some of it. So you're the one who got me sick? I didn't get... How did that work?
How dare you, Michael?
He did it. Got him sick. I did have the new coworker at work today go like, I have a cold. You did this to me. I'm like, how? Would you miss? It's just me spreading diseases. Came out of my came out of my room long enough to give somebody a calendar, and then I was gone.
Thankfully, that was not enough to get somebody sick.
Yeah. I was also doing my best not to like cough and sneeze on
All right, see you later, Hot Rod. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in. What did it arrive to? You were still sick Saturday? No.
No.
He was basically fine. That's what he says.
I was fine Saturday. Sunday I was out shopping and doing chores and cutting my hair and everything else.
Yeah, Derpy.
But the night of the New Year's party, I was in bed now by 10. I did not make it to see New Year's this year. I was bummed.
You were going to have so much bad luck.
No, because I didn't eat any sauerkraut.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
We did too, but we were like, too late.
This year's gonna suck. I'm feeling it's all because the sauerkraut. When the world burns, it'll be because I didn't eat sauerkraut.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know, it's coming.
Michael has this weird thing where he has to eat sauerkraut on the new year, or he's gonna have bad luck.
You eat sauerkraut? Didn't you? Didn't do you any good luck last year? Laugh out loud. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
More for the jugs.
I think I had what good luck I did have was thanks to the sauerkraut. Thank you very much. Now I'm gonna have none. Sauerkraut's also delicious. And we should just eat more of it in general. On more things than just brats. I don't know what, but I feel like we should just eat it more plain. This is like a side dish to steak. Just sauerkraut.
Well, why don't you put some marshmallows on it?
And the sauerkraut?
Yeah, it's a side dish.
Oh. No. The
That's what you do on side dishes, right?
proper side dishes like green beans.
Green beans?
Yeah, green beans with marshmallows.
I thought it was supposed to be sweet potatoes.
Nope, it's green beans now. Green beans and marshmallows. Do you remember the one Weird Al song about sauerkraut? In fact, surprisingly, no.
What?
I know. I've forgotten that one apparently.
You don't know a Weird Al song?
There's probably he wrote a lot of songs.
Mike.
His height, he was putting out an album like every 6 months.
Yeah, he was kind of crazy. Well, other people were making the music. He was just like,
Parodying.
yeah.
It was really easy apparently. I'm a pretty big fan, and still am, just because I respect like his musical ability of a man named Jonathan Colton. He was a big thing for like a decade and kind of disappeared. But he did a challenge to himself called A Song a Week, and he did that for like 6 months, where every week he would write a new song and then sing it and then release it. And some of them were pretty good, and some of them weren't. But it was impressive that he was managed to do that. He released every song on an album, like 4 albums. I think he put out all the songs. And you got songs like Skull Crush Mountain and The Future Soon. For people who don't know who Jonathan Colton is, it's the guy who wrote the ending credits for Portal 1 and 2. What most people know him for. And he also wrote Are You Your Brains, which I think if you play Left 4 Dead 2 and you play the jukebox, eventually it'll come on the juke. So he was a friend of Valve. What you doing?
Doing my lighting.
It's good lighting.
I just need to make it a little more intense at certain parts.
Ooh.
I might actually bring in the edge.
Oh, Ninesky or other people who just joined. What's been up with you? I feel like I've told you about my week, or at least the parts worth talking about.
What about the other pods?
Sad.
That's just your life.
Yeah, but life is a joke and death is the punchline, so can't take it too seriously. I learned that from Monty Python, which these guys you're doing a Monty Python thing now, so it all comes together.
You always got to look on the bright side of life.
That's right. You always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. I can't.
That's exactly what it was.
Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Life's a joke and death it's sad. Life's a joke and death I forget the lines. But it's a good song.
It's so good. I remember.
It's so good.
I remember the whole thing.
Yes. Just remember that the laugh is on you. And always bright by life.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a little bit of the.
You could put
lighting on
Pony
this.
Smooching on that balcony.
I could.
You could.
I could. There's a lot of things I can do.
Yeah.
I'm not going
A lot
to.
of balcony space for smooching.
Also, a lot of balcony space to push Derpy off of.
No, she's busy.
She's busy. What is she
Yeah.
doing?
I don't know. You didn't put her in this video. She could be on that balcony and smooching. Because I have to extra listen when Adam starts making noises to make sure he isn't just dying
Well,
upstairs.
I don't. The noises he was making made me think he was like looking at some porn or something.
I'm getting really
I
excited.
heard him like, oh,
He was like,
oh, like what's going on over there? Well, jelly, I'll get that in one
got
sec.
very British for a moment.
Ooh.
I love Adam. He gets so excited.
Was hoping to get a little bit of like better rim on this, but I think I'm just not going to care enough. It's just because it's a round object, so the round object should have light that's kind of seeping around the whole thing, but it's not going to happen. Having that little bit there is helpful, though. I think enable shadow, but the shadow should not be that big. It's going to be very the light's going to be not just from a direct source, it's going to be from the environment, so the shadow should be very like that.
I feel like there's probably a lot of people in this world that don't pay taxes. That just don't and just wait to see if they do anything. Because then the truth is they only have so many people working for the IRS. And they're not going to come after small.
So essentially what you're saying
people.
is
I'm saying pay your taxes is very important.
you're going
It's
for
just, there's a lot of people they probably won't even go after.
no, you're going for the assault on Area 51 logic. They can't kill all of us.
Yes. They're going to focus on big offenders, not small.
No, they're
And
gonna.
big offenders are like,
It's not just big, because then that system would never work.
Yeah.
So you have to pull random.
yeah.
So you're probably going to have people that are at any branch of anything that are going to be flagged just for randoms. Because otherwise, if it always was going for the big offenders, then everybody that made under a certain amount could just not pay taxes.
Well, there's a reason that there's a lot of effort on the part of certain groups of people to underfund the IRS as much as possible so that they reduce the chance that they'll be caught. But, you know.
That's not, I think it's more of not about not getting caught, but they're just trying to keep the loopholes that are in place that they can keep taking advantage of. Spending,
loopholes aren't IRS,
paying for
that's Congress,
paying for people to be lobbied, is spending millions of dollars just so that your percentage chance goes down. No, they're going to go for guarantees.
But trying to alter Congress is how you try to alter policy.
They're just trying to mess up the system to make it confusing and annoying and difficult for even the IRS to do.
Yes.
And then, because then they can they're like, oh, well, this is this. Well, okay, I guess we got to go with that.
Yeah. But it's like, what is that? Dan Versus did the best joke where the supermodel shows up at his door and he looks at her and he's like, I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying my taxes. Which remains one of the best jokes of all time. Because he's my mindset where if a beautiful woman showed up at my front door, my first thought was like, what's the play? What game are you playing at?
Push Derpy off the roof. Oh, I was just going to put a new file.
No, be kind.
Yeah, I could do that. I should have read that first. Actually, I needed to restart it anyway because I have to restart it again anyway. But the RAM was like 1 megabyte from max. I mean, you can have Piggy Pie lounging on the second story railing, smoking a cigarette. No, she would be too distracting. That one out of anything else of like putting in a direct character doing something.
You did put Rainbow doing something.
But she's covered in a hood that makes her hard to see who she is.
Yeah.
And not only that, she's not doing anything that doesn't already blend with the environment. There were some of the other recommendations that would have been way too obvious.
You could have Pinkie Pie up there beating the cat.
No, that's later. You don't hear the cat until
okay.
later.
Darn. She would be the one to beat the cat. Or Rarity. Rarity up there beating the cat. Just on the side there.
Yeah, because it's only when their cart's coming to a stop that you hear the lady with the cat.
Mm-hmm.
But Derpy.
You doing Derpy? I don't see this. Oh, okay, there's a stupid face. Why Legendary do you ask for stupid faces just so that he'll hurt Derpy?
No, that's not just Jelly.
It's not just Jelly who does that. You're gonna have her smooch on the balcony like I wanted, right? Because you don't have to do what the masses demand.
With the mat.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like doing the Andrew Ryan thing. But society says no.
Don't make the pony smooch. Society says you just gotta hurt the ponies because society doesn't like ponies. Jelly. Don't like ponies. You want them to smooch? I'm just imagining that woman from Disco Elysium just up on the balcony drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes like mad. I kind of want to do that. I just want to drink coffee, a cup of coffee after cup of coffee after cup
And
of
smoke
coffee.
cigarettes?
No, those are bad for you.
Especially you.
Oh, when you've already... Oh, they've already laid me low. So, when I didn't touch them. But no, there's definitely been nights where I just want to just drink coffee into the late hours, and I know it's a bad idea. I regret it, especially if I want to sleep that night.
See, Derpy.
She's so cute. You should give her a lollipop.
The doctor's office usually does.
Yeah.
So we should get her to the doctor's office.
She's a new doctor. She's young and healthy.
Well, not yet.
No. How can you push a horse capable of flight off of a balcony?
That's why I put her wings closed.
Yeah. This is what you can't open though.
No, that's too hard. See, look at wings gone. I hate him. I have no bones anymore.
That was the whole joke with Fluttershy, is she would fall and just forget she could fly. I feel like it would be sad if a Pegasus fell to their death.
They can. Wing cramp.
Yeah. That thing they ate before.
Their muscles.
Like 15 minutes before
Yeah,
they.
their muscles, and they
I
definitely.
feel like even if it cramped, you would still like flap through the pain, not the splatter.
No,
No.
it's just
Dead.
that's how they get the taco meat.
Mm.
Okay, so Derpy's there,
Derpy loves tacos.
but then there's a problem.
Too adorable.
No, she is sad.
Of course. That's why you should have given her a lollipop.
Yeah, she's sad. See, look how sad she is.
Someone's need a lollipop.
And she says, "I am sad because nobody will boop me. If only there was somebody, anybody in any dimension
Okay.
that could boop me."
I feel that, Derpy. I do. I really do.
I didn't hear anybody speak now. I am sad.
She's gonna cheer herself up.
No, that is not me.
She's gonna get boobs.
No,
Got
this is
boobs.
different derpy.
Tongue boobs.
Different derpy. So what she said. So she's like, well, she needs to, hold on, I need to like make her do a, okay, we're gonna kind of just not care on this one. We're gonna make her do like a,
Do a flip.
she's gonna like, kind of,
I'll lay down. Just kind of yeets yourself over the edge. She's so cute though. Why would you want to hurt that horse?
you're hurting her because you weren't there to help her.
Okay, rephrase question. Why do you want to hurt me?
That's the good. That's a good
It's
answer.
like now you're asking the correct questions. Don't cry for me, Equestria. I'm already muffin.
Yeah, she in Equestria, when you die, you get to choose what food cart you're sold at.
Nope,
She's gonna go on the muffin cart.
of course.
All of G5 just said no. We want to eat tacos.
It's true. They want to eat tacos. They're all going to eat tacos.
Yeah.
Like, how many cages Ponyville just has scattered around town? It's true. I've never seen a prison. Well, no, they do mention that Celestia has a dungeon, but yeah. Past that, you never hear about any kind of prison.
Yeah, because you don't have to have prisons if the death sentence is for everything.
Yes. Littering, that's death. I do remember Stronghold 2. A really effective way to run your kingdom was to just execute everybody who committed a crime. Because then a new person would just move into their house and then take over their old job, and it was quicker than rehabilitating.
See, perfect. That's what Equestria does.
But you got less honor, but it's so much quicker. Rehabilitation took time and like you lost resources. Chopping their heads off and just have somebody else move in was more efficient. Now they implied that Celestia had a dungeon, but I don't know that they ever like showed any showed any kind of prison past that. And they only mentioned it when Fluttershy thought she was going to get thrown into the dungeon for stealing the bird.
They use a lot of phrases and comparisons that anybody uses. Like, tank was called tank, but why was it called tank?
Where's the word tank come from? Initially.
Fast as a speeding bullet.
Okay, bullet.
The bullet.
I am curious now where the word tank comes from.
I mean, a tank of something is still a big.
Yeah.
It's a container.
It's a large container.
It's a large container that inside is holds things. So I mean, in a way, yeah, I could see a tank being, the same thing.
Bullet's a bit of a stretch. Where's the word bullet come from?
Okay, so then she's gonna.
It basically is just French for small ball.
Oh, that actually sounds French. Bullet.
Yeah.
Bullet or something. Yeah. Okay, that makes complete sense.
Yeah. That's a small ball. Still doesn't really work outside the context of fired from a weapon, gun, but you know. because he held water. Better, no. Finally.
Hmm?
Making lewd content.
Mm-hmm.
She wants coffee. Like, that's my coffee cup. It's like, oh yes.
Okay.
It's not very nice. Okay, I can see the money coming now, chat.
And she goes, so she's like, I'm done.
She fell a story. At worst, she just hurt herself. I've jumped a story. When I was a kid, my bones now, not so much. They would crack. The child me was crazy. Because children can bounce. Just what they do. She's no bigger than a child, so she's probably fine. Also,
She did her
like
tiny
a bird.
horse.
Yeah, but that just means the fall is going to be even lighter. She's fine. She's just snapping. They're just quicker. That was just quicker than the stairs.
Okay. There she goes. It's a little better. Like, what? Oh, it's kind of slow. We need to speed up the impact. The whole thing was going to go faster. Okay, the whole fall needs to be faster here.
What the stream shows when my family walks in, right? Like, what kind of stream are you watching? That horse being lewd right now? Dying? Very lewd. Horses shouldn't ever die.
Here we go.
Gonna land
The
on
official video.
on look out.
I'm gonna almost hide the background ponies just to save a little bit of RAM.
She clipped to her death.
She did say bring out your dead.
Like, right here. No. It's bad.
Got the lighting.
Derby's watching herself in the cave. Derby too.
Just I would add a sound effect, but I'd have to restart the whole program just to add a sound effect. Derpy is best. She brought her dead. Yes. Trixie looked like she didn't have enough to meet the quota for the day, so she was being a good friend.
Got an entire generation.
And just was like, I'm here, bump. Come get me, Trixie. I'm ready.
Oh my. Oh, it's gonna be so jealous.
But then she's like, wait, the muffins are done.
We're talented.
So this is Derpy's house.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. A little heart on the door.
It's covered in trash.
Just like my first place.
You're like looking at the house and not the giant pile of trash.
Yeah. That's just what happens when you don't have a functioning garbage service. That's not Derpy's fault.
Where's everybody else's?
On Derpy's place. They just all decided to take their trash to her front door.
Mm-hmm.
So like Derpy don't care.
Derpy's trash service. I'll get rid of that Derpy. Okay, so I'm okay with the lighting coming through here. And the lighting coming through there. I think those bags of trash should probably have a little bit of a light on it. What is this one? This is one I was going to do something with and then didn't. Yes. This is the banister. Perfect.
I'm trying to think if there's any games I'm looking forward to play this year. There really isn't.
This whole year?
Yeah, like up and coming games.
Oh, I could point to a couple.
Like I kind of wanted to play Frostpunk 2 for a while, but it just sounds like it's a less good version of the first game.
Less good.
Like not bad, just not as good.
I know, but it's. I mean, a worse. You just say worse.
Calling it worst sounds too strong. It's still a good game.
A less good is worse. It may not be. It's not saying
but
bad.
You still use the word good. So
like I think I have a couple games on my wish list that are out for this year. Because Slay the Spire 2 is 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Light No Fire I really want to play, but that's who knows. This is supposed to be the end of this year. We have Monster Hunter Wilds coming out in just like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Jump Ship's coming out this year. Rebirth's coming out in just a couple weeks.
Hades 2 sounds good.
Hades 2 is already out. It's just
out?
it's
early access.
No, it's early access though.
So that's not
It's
out.
basically the full game. They're just doing like they've added a couple weapons and they're tweaking it. That's
wait
about
till
it.
the full game.
Yeah, it's basically done. But Die in the Dungeon comes out this year. Thought I had a couple others. Dead Weight comes out Q2. Critical Path comes out this year. I have a lot of games coming out this year. Cure, I don't know yet.
A lot of games.
Chained Echoes, I'm not sure how I feel about like Chained Echoes, amazing JRPG, highly recommend it. But they're making a DLC for it like 2 years after I finished playing it, which means I don't really remember the story, and now they're adding more to it. I hope they don't add achievements because I 100% of that game and put a lot of time into doing it. I just don't like when they make this big good story, it's done and complete, and then years later they add more to it. Because then I feel like I don't remember the full story.
Yeah.
And it's not as relevant anymore. Nitrogen Omega comes out. This one comes out pretty. Jordan Slayer comes out just in a couple weeks. Sunderfolk comes out. I have so many 2025 games.
Yeah.
But this is definitely the top one. But I think it's going to be end of year.
When was the last time I got really excited for a video game? I can't even remember. I guess I just...
Slay the Spire did a joke in their trailer when they were doing a release trailer for it. It says release in 2025. Then they had the 5 scroll and then it went back to 5 and they're like still 2025. Like they were going to push it off to another year.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I think the last time I got really excited for a video game was the first My Little Pony game. But only because, not because it was a game, but because it was horse.
That makes
now I got
sense.
those models in that card. I'll be right back.
I almost feel like moving something on this building here. We like rotate this. No. I think I could maybe push it off a little bit. No, I feel like anything I do, if the only thing I can potentially think is just move it back a little bit, but I don't want to put it like, say here, because it makes this like flat line that just kind of keeps going. I don't want to have that. This at least shows like an end to something. I just feel like this area is darker, but it almost feels too dark. wonder if I just made the main light just slightly brighter. Either the main light slightly brighter, or I can play with the does that work? I might need to add a little bit of something here to cause kind of a glow. I like these. Those turned out good. Actually, I might put another one down here. Put a barrel there. No, it's just the lighting that I'm trying to get figured out. There, that. It's just, it's not about like with some of these. It's like you put a volumetric light there to try to give the glow, but then these lines coming through are just trying to say like, if it's a flat light with nothing in its way, sure, that's how the volumetric would look. But if it's any object is getting in its way, you're going to get some of those God rays. And so the idea is if it's coming through and it's shining through like banisters or another building or anything, it's going to break up and create these like columns of dark mixed in there. And so that's where I want to try to have that there. But if I tried to do something like that over here, it wouldn't work because it'd be coming from basically behind the camera and you can't really see any of those. I could see, and actually, I don't even know if the light rays are technically open in the correct orientation. They probably should be closer to like technically like that, but I don't like it, so I think I'm going to keep it like that. Because the top of this house from here to here is like this, but these lines are going like this. This isn't that far off, so maybe I'll just keep it. You could probably get away with some kind of a lighting bit here, but then I'm getting in the way of camera, so I'll just leave it. Those houses back there. Still think this one's a little dark right there, but I can't put anything there because the cloud's in the way. You
look at it and you're thinking, this looks done.
I think not done. I still have to add a couple more horses to it.
Oh, more horses. Yay. I like the horses.
I just knew that doing this lighting at max RAM would have been more difficult. So it was easier just to do it now. And I can then use this as the basis for what I want all the other shots to look at like. So I'll have to go through a lot of those. But thankfully, all the other shots are going to be, I'd have to redo like, they're all separate shot like scenes now. I'll probably have to I'll have to make a separate save file of this without any of the horses or anything in it, just basically the buildings, and then import it to all the other shots to get the light out of it. But there's only like I think 5 unique camera angles in the main file, so once you do one of those 5, you don't have to do like the same one again. It's just copy paste. But yeah, I can't really think of what else to add. My only concern is just, will it render? It's only 3 seconds at most. That is 900 frames. Yeah. Which, well, that's not what am I talking about? It's not 30. It's 3. I was thinking 3.0 30.
Yeah.
No, it'd be 90 frames.
It's a lot of frames in 3 seconds.
We're doing this at 300 FPS.
Yes.
No, 90 frames. That's not bad. At most, it'd probably be maybe 30 seconds per. So at that point, it would be 90 times 30. So about 1800. So it'd just be like an hour or a couple hours. It'd be pretty quick.
Yeah.
No, 1800 seconds. Oh yeah, that'd be.
You're going to be rendering this separate from the rest of it?
It has to be because it's already its own file.
Yeah.
It's just getting the lights to the other ones, which I can do now. It's I don't have to worry about horse on that. We're going to save this as lights. Okay. Let's see, it's changed its name up there. I want to always verify that. And then we go through and we delete all our actors.
No.
Some of the props. I don't think I have to worry too much on the props. Because you can see this one back here, but at that angle and everything, I don't think it's going to change anything. So, yeah, we don't need to worry about the super dead horses.
Sleepy.
And then everything after that is already in the other shots. I'll just clear out like probably fog and stuff, because all the shots already have fog and they're already all the right color. So we'll do that. And now this is going to be our various background props. Okay, props. This is going to be our transfer file. I will, you know, it's just the lights. I'm going to get rid of that too. Yeah. And grass. Those are the main ones. Now we start.
I was just imagining myself as a Make-A-Wish kid who just kept living after, like, well, after he was supposed to. And that's why I'm here. Like, okay, Timmy, you want to sit here and watch Animated Ponies? Yep, he's going to be dead within a month. It's fine. But 20 years later, ponies. And you're just like, ugh.
I'm still being paid thousands a month to do this.
No. It's like,
Make-A-Wish stuff isn't free.
somebody's paying for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now this shot is not optimized either. We can get rid of the base lip sync here.
He's so sleepy.
Oh yeah, this shot we did last, so some of the stuff is not cleared out yet.
Hello, Sir Edward. How are you? Have you come to tell us about your week as it is so far, or your weekend? Have you come to talk about how cute that blue horse is? Or any of the other horses? Or how you go to the store and look for pony merchandise, but there's hardly anything, and then you cry. Went back to college over the weekend. That's fun.
Is it?
I would rather be back in college if I could, being in my 20s again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just about being young. It's all you care about.
It's never young, to be fair. But no, my college years were pretty rough. And the college was like that one consistent thing throughout, like the college campus. And I became like, I remember being very nostalgic toward like the last year for the place I was actively in. Because everything around me was constantly changing, but that place was the same. And I was kind of out on my own. I wasn't living with anybody. It was just change of job, change of place, change of people, except for school. Like, I think when I was in college, I had, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4 different jobs over 3 years. I lived in 3 different places. So yeah, it was like pretty chaotic. And the school campus was like the one constant, the one like anchor that I had. I kind of miss it.
Okay, so the lights that I have here don't include the old night. Well, sure, almost kept the old dirty house lights, but I kind of want to redo them because it's going to require it with the light changes. So this is exactly the same light that we had before, but I do not need all of them. Like that, a lot of these area lights are going to be pretty specific to things from the other shot, so I don't have to worry about that. This one, because of the angle, I actually should change it to be more pointed at everybody. So that'd be this. But now,
Hi, it's those guys.
and the interesting thing is this is not the correct brightness right now, because technically I increased the tone map scale, which means that this would actually be closer to like, no, I don't think it was that bad. Yeah, I did increase a little bit, but I'm not seeing it. I will need to do it here. The lighting definitely needs to be buffed up a little bit here, but I wanted to get the base down correct. Where is all her background props?
Stradward, I'm actually not, I kind of like Bluey a little bit. But at the same time, because I like it, I know it's going to go away. Or Paw Patrol will live forever because I hate it. That's just, it's the way things work.
There's a lot of trash missing back here.
Missing?
Like, there's a lot of stuff over here that I need to probably get from the other file, but I don't think I deleted the trash, did I? I did. I didn't think I had to worry about that.
The other file?
I'll have to resave it again, but I'll have to redo it to get the trash stuff back there. Right now, I'm only worried about lighting.
Bluey, I don't think it's going to have more than another season.
No,
'Cause I
it was
think
already done.
Yeah, they're forcing another season. Like they're going out of their way to force one more season.
But the creators were done with it,
Yes.
which means it's somebody else.
No.
They can't force the people to come back.
They give him a lot of money.
Well, yeah, but
He didn't want to do it, but they pressured him into doing one more.
all that means is that it's going to take a show that ended on a good note and it's going to make it worse.
Probably.
Any forced content never works.
They're doing a movie.
Yeah,
that he
again,
didn't
that's
wanna
not going
do.
to probably be good.
Yeah.
It's what it's going to do is going to make everybody hate the show, or not hate it, but it's going to make it feel like instead of being, oh, that show's great, it's like, oh yeah, it's okay now, and you're moving the things that made it good.
It's because it was like only as it was wrapping up did it blow up in popularity.
Yeah, but that's it. But now they want to take advantage of it, which is
Yeah.
going to kill it.
Yeah.
But it's because bleeding dry is how the economy works.
Yeah. Well, Australia doesn't get many hit shows.
Did you say Australia or Australia?
I said Australia.
No, I think you said Australia.
I want Australia though. Australia.
I don't really need this light then if we just can do it with the one. But I really am concerned with Applejack. She's a little bright.
Like the creator of the show pretty much said he's out of ideas. He's told every story from when he was raising kids in Bluey. There is to tell. And they're like, but it's making so much money. And if anybody watching Bluey noticed, like the third season took like 3 years to finish. Because he was just kind of... He was running out of steam even in the last season.
Okay, so let's go in the correct direction. It just feels... Oh, okay. There we go. Wait, why does this feel opposite? I want to get it a little bit away from them. Like, more like this. So this is... The background, the stuff is lit the same.
Mm-hmm.
But now, bring in another one. And this one is going to be less intense. Can I override this? I can, thank God. I thought I already did this. And we're just going to aim this at just these horses. I'm going to have to move a little closer. I can't see where I'm looking. There we go. Which is perfectly fine to be a little closer. How far can I get away there? I can probably get even tighter than this. The tighter you make it, the better quality your shadows. Like you can see on the cart there, like it's kind of rounded. And as I zoom in, but I'm super zoomed in. You can tell everything's breaking. But that is fine. But the benefit of that is, yeah, you can get super sharp shadows, but your light's super hard to work with. I'm already past the Z distance on this light to where I can't see anymore. I think this is 50,000 units away. I think that's the Z limit. I want to put this just at the edge so that everything is still lit character-wise. So that's fine.
Project's face seems a little bright.
And this is at half brightness compared to the other one. But I can put this at a lower brightness. That's about, I can probably go a bit brighter. I think that's the max I'm going to be able to go to before she explodes.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good brightness. It blends with everything else.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks fine. I'm definitely going to have to put rim lights and do more custom lighting specifically for them to help them stand out a bit more. But like I said, once you do it once, the lighting's kind of the same for every other shot. Like, would you prefer Bluey taking over Target shelves and beating Paw Patrol out as the top dog toys?
Yeah, but the thing is, Bluey's gonna disappear. Paw Patrol is not.
Yeah,
really
if Bluey doesn't disappear, it's because they burned it to hell. They turned it into something that it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
they turned it into a marketing opportunity instead of a wholesome show that it is.
All Paw Patrol is the same crap regurgitated over and over and over. It's not good, but it holds children its attention. It's basically just another Coco Melon. You know what they need to bring back and just run it into the ground forever is Pony.
Which pony?
Any pony.
Yeah, just which pony? Yes.
Yes. Like G4, they ended on a good note. G5, they barely got the engine started before they started crashing it into a wall, and then they asked why it caught fire. That's so G4 barely or G5 barely.
Well,
got
that's a
off the ground.
publicly traded company.
Well, so is Universal.
I mean, that's just the general thing with
like Universal, it's Paw Patrol.
I just noticed a problem here.
Bring out today's one. Ninepence.
She's not looking at her.
No?
She's looking to the left of her, at least from this perspective.
What? Nothing.
She's fine here because she looks up, but when she's turns her head here, I'm just gonna see if I can fix this real
Pony
quick.
only got ran into the ground because they tripped it.
Ninepence.
We thought it had so much on it. It's just a shame.
Okay, so she technically should look a little bit more left.
They need to bring back Pony back and run into the monkey paw curls. Yes. The whole hand. It took every wish on the monkey paw to bring back Pony. It was worth it.
Ninepence.
G3.5 Pony.
Ninepence. I'm not dead. What? Nothing.
I do wonder, because Hasbro is definitely toying around with the idea of like AI stuff. I'd wonder.
A lot of companies are, because it's going to be beneficial for them
Yeah.
financially.
But it was Pony specifically that were toying around with the idea. If anybody saw the special that came out, that got leaked out. It's just all the G4 characters and all the G5 characters at summer camp together. It was very clearly AI voices being used.
Only in not America for that, because they're not allowed to here.
Yeah. They were clearly toying with the idea.
From a corporate side, they see it as a tool, but people are going to see it from the ethical side of things.
Some people, others are just going to watch it for the content.
Michael,
What?
you're just saying that because you would 100% watch it for the content.
What?
No.
What?
But ponies.
You would definitely, you would care
I would
nothing for AI. You'd be like, no, it's stupid. They should be paying the actors, as you just giggle at the horsies doing the horsey things.
It's like telling a starving man not to eat the food in front of him because it's got GMOs or whatever.
What? Nothing.
It's like-
Use your ninepence.
But I'm starving.
Today
And
is
this food.
Nine.
I'm starving here, man. I need more horse content.
What?
Why
Nothing.
do you
Use your
think
ninepence.
I hit you to make more horses when chat the moment stream ends?
Yeah, the moment it ends, you're usually like,
Yeah.
you go from being like the innocent bystander to being the asshole.
Yep, I just
You-
start hitting him and
Yep,
screaming.
he just pulls out his pistols and he starts blasting.
Start blazing.
Why do you always say
Blasting.
blasting?
Yeah.
Is it blaze? It's blasting.
Blasting.
No, so why is it? Why are we getting the E?
You gotta start
Yeah,
blazing.
it's Anna E.
Hey, blaze.
Was there? They did, yeah, they were putting back right into the ground. They, I don't think they'll do. I'm more worried about Bluey for that. At least the show was ended. It was allowed. It had an ending in some sort. Bluey had an ending, and then it's like it's dead on the ground, and they're the corporate guys are over there with the paddles, just zapping it. Well, everybody's screaming, "It's dead! It's dead!" And they're just gonna keep going at it.
Keep doing Bluey, but they should change it up to where Bluey's the parent now. Her
No,
parents
because then
are
it's not the original
grandparents.
show. It's gonna be,
It's the difference between Naruto and Naruto Shippuden.
but everybody likes those characters.
And you still,
You're taking them away, so you're taking a huge risk.
but you're gonna have Bluey's kid now.
Yeah, but you don't know Bluey can't is gonna have to take all that stuff that happened and bring it in, but it's just they're taking a bigger risk. The safest and easiest way for money is to just keep them as all kids as they were, which from a corporate side of things is what they're gonna want to do.
But being the grandparents, probably the experience pool the writer is currently pulling from. Because his kids probably have kids now.
Maybe it's only been 5 years since the show started.
No. It took them like 3 years just to finish season
I think it's like
3.
2017, so
Yeah.
7 years. I don't think they have grandkids in that 7 years from their
I
babies.
don't know, maybe. Because I think he was.
How old do you think this is?
I look at when like I think the concept goes pretty far back. I think he was trying to promote the show for a while.
2018.
Yeah.
So it's only existed for 6 years,
the wiki
and you
page.
said that their small children are already having babies.
Go to the wiki page. Go find the writer. Find out how old his kids are.
I'm not gonna go digging through that. You can do that. They're gonna. I just think from a corporate side of things,
Yeah.
Bluey is a sellable character. If they now have it as an adult, kids aren't going to relate to that as much and not sell it in the kids' aisles as much as the Bluey character is going to. They're not going to do it. They're going to want to stay exactly as they are. The writer could potentially push for it so that they could make different stories based on that. but I think that the corporate guys, if they're going to go one more season, are going to just keep the same characters, which is going to be like retconning the end of the series.
Well, I don't know. That's going to retcon. They were going to move and then they didn't. Was all that happened.
No, it shows them in the future.
Oh.
It was a good ending. It was a great ending.
It was a good ending.
And they're got a poop on it. They're taking a big old poopy.
It might be a nice smelling poop.
Star Song is not actually in potato mode. But we were there last time. We have Paleo's got a weird face. I don't know what the controller thing is.
Changed the Vaporeon OC.
We haven't actually went over to Switching for a while. We got 4 people over there. What is Ian VTuber? Is VTuber and so it's English VTuber?
Maybe. I can't keep up with the lingo. These kids.
Okay. Family friendly. It has a bear. That's very. I don't think that's gonna work. It's got a bear. But playing Banjo Kazooie.
Wow.
Why does it feel dark on one side?
I
think it's the room he's in. Anyway, we'll head over there. Yeah, it's just a room. Okay. And we will see you guys Friday.
Yes. Friday. Well, we will continue watching Rainbow Dash. The whole screen. It's just going to be like after you left to your wrestling thing, I could take over all the television and we just watch.
Yes, I know. I saw Ponies in Boxes again.
Yeah.
That is like every
3
other
hours.
board game meet. We had Ponies in Boxes play.
No.
You played 5 of them.
Only after everyone left.
No.
Yeah.
No, because I saw Over the Garden Wall played after that.
No, we played it before that.
No, because you played the short afterwards and it was still on the TV.
No, I didn't play the short afterwards. John did.
Yeah, which means see people were still here.
Yeah. But then after that, I started putting on Ponies and Ponies Getting Hugs. And it's Ponies Getting Hugs 6. And that's when everybody but Giz and Chris ran out the door.
Wait, so you scared everybody away?
They were already leaving. They just moved faster. Giz and Chris stayed and we watched.
So this is how we can get
Ponies
people out of the
hugging.
house. Just start let Michael have the remote.
We watched all of Over the Garden Wall and people enjoyed it.
Well, anyway, we gotta go. So I will be back on Friday, do some more SFM stuff, and we will see you then. Have a good one.
Until next time.
Same bat time.
Bye.